It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
Bill!
No! Not Richie!
Well, I know you could have. Spencer Davis was born on this date. You could have done the Blues Brothers. Give me some lovin'.
Damn it.
Geezer Butler's birthday today.
I nearly went Black Sabbath.
Nicolette Larson, one of the Doobie Brothers. Phoebe Snow.
Which one of the Doobie Brothers?
I don't know. Phoebe Snow and also the drummer for Molly Hatchet, all born on this day.
And I thought about the Beatles back in the USSR, but I forgot to tell you that.
So. So many things you could have done.
Well, yeah.
But.
On this day.
Yeah, okay.
There it is.
David Hasselhoff.
Okay.
He's
66.
Oh.
And he's in that.
And he's in that
he's
the Sneepers is the name of the group, but
he's the speaker.
And he's the one who does the rap.
Yeah.
On the
song from the Guardians.
Guardians Volume 2.
Okay. All right. So that's okay.
Seriously, if I'd have known about Spencer Davis Group, I would have brought some actual Spencer Davis Group.
Yeah, and Spencer Davis himself.
Yes.
Born on this day.
If I'd have known about that, I would have.
So Gina still gone, and so Richie's here, and Richie was in New Orleans yesterday. Well, I thought kind of the weekend, and I guess. And
there Friday. I didn't actually get to New Orleans until Sunday afternoon. Spent Sunday afternoon and yesterday sweating in New Orleans.
How is New Orleans these days?
Hot and depressing.
Well, I guess it is always kind of depressing.
Nope. It is more depressing than when we were there before. I had fond memories of when Bill and I walked the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
Almost now 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
So we were there in the August.
That was pre-flood.
Well, we were there in August, and the August of that big flood.
Yeah.
We left. We were there for a convention. We left New Orleans, and then a week later or something,
Katrina hit.
The deluge happened.
They're making money off Katrina, though. You can
that's good.
You can see movies. the big IMAX depressing movie about how the world is coming to an end and why Katrina was so much worse because of us as humans.
Did you take note? Because as I know you believe, we are in the latter days.
Well, sure,
So,
sure. We're just speeding up Jesus coming back again.
Well, so it really is just the town has not recovered.
Some parts of it, I think, are better than they ever were before.
Oh.
Other parts, I think they just said, I don't think we're going to try and fix that. I think that's broken, and we're just going to leave that broken.
Bulldoze it or something eventually.
Or just walk away from it and have it be the most health hazardous place you could walk around to.
Well, it sounds like I'd like to go to some of those places.
It actually is fascinating.
Yeah. Anyway, Richie will fill in today for Gina, but I was just excited to see that I remember the Riverwalk when we went there 13 years ago, just you and I. I was drunk.
Yep.
And Richie, of course, was not drunk, and so Richie just kind of walked me around this strip mall in the Riverwalk thing. He said, "Let's go down here and take a look." Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
And we went. All I remember about it was the fudgery, which he sent me a picture of.
Is that gay bar?
Yeah. No.
No, it's a place that sells fudge.
And
they perform. The people who work there sing songs about fudge.
Yeah, like, what's fudge got to do with it?
Oh, God.
And it was... I mean, I'm okay with a piece of fudge or two.
Yeah.
I mean, I like a bit of fudge.
But you don't need...
I don't want to see people performing fudge stuff.
You don't need any of that.
No.
Not again,
No.
anyway.
All right, we ought to officially begin the program. We'll do that in just a couple of minutes. We'll also take your check-ins at 877-602-9696, 877-602-9696. Call us. If you don't call us, we'll stop doing this feature. So simple as that. We do have a prize to... See, I don't know why we say stop calling and then we offer a prize. This makes no sense.
I know. It's Salt Lake Twilight tickets if people call.
It's a scientific variable to throw in.
Okay, good. That's a good... I don't know what that means, but that sounds official. Check in 3 words or less. What's the most disgusting habit some people have? 3 words or less, the most disgusting habit some people have. Okay? 877-602-9696. You know what is not disgusting? The downtown farmers market.
That is the opposite.
I was there on Saturday, this past Saturday. I went by the farmers market.
How was it? I haven't made it yet this year.
I was just there at the very tail end. Busy as ever.
Good.
Downtown farmers market at Pioneer Park. Every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. you can get all these local radishes and strawberries and cherries and spinach and there's herbs. They got herbs.
I love me some herbs, some basil.
They got pea shoots.
Ooh, delicious.
They got garlic scapes.
I also like the vendors because
that's
like,
where I was.
I like to be sort of what I think is on the cutting edge, and a lot of businesses that end up having like a storefront or mature into a food truck get their start at the farmers market.
So please go to the downtown farmers market. It's at Pioneer Park every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can find the full vendor list at slcfarmersmarket.org.
Salt Lake Community College presents the 2018 Twilight Concert Series.
All right, now what?
This is Utah Word of the Day. That's
From what year? Do you have any idea?
94, I want to say.
94.
1994.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL.
Oh, yeah.
And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our 2 friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McCall's Navy.
Me too. I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached whale?
Yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hail stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fell.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this, LeGrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not gonna be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm gonna have me a glass of L.
L is beer.
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail. And I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
There you go.
That's back when we had this theory that we would beat you over the head with comedy. You know, the way to get you to laugh was to beat you over the head with comedy.
Why didn't we ever learn to edit?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Also, now, you were shouting, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, though, out of all of the Utah Word of the Days, that was the best one.
It was one of the,
Really?
Yeah. That was one of the better ones.
In my opinion, I think that was the best one. Whenever someone says, what's the quintessential episode, I say that one.
I still like Lard Dorothy. That's a gorgeous orange.
I like talking to the manager of the store about the manger scene.
Yeah.
The creche, the manger scene. The manger. I need to speak to the manger about the manger scene.
God. Beat you over the head is right. Even I was getting bored. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that's why we don't do sketches anymore, all right? Anyway.
778-762-9696 or text us at 33986.
All right, I'm getting kind of sick of this. We're probably going to have to listen to this all morning about Donald Trump and Putin. Finally, an American president showed what the Republicans have been saying. They said it all through the Obama administration. Mm-hmm. Who's the stronger leader? Putin! Putin! Putin's making Obama look like a fool. Well, now, our president, Trump, he's making him look like a fool, too.
That's right.
And that's by design, ladies and gentlemen.
But wait, they're our friends, though. Isn't it good to be friends? And that's what Trump is saying, is it's good to be friends.
Well, it makes him look like a fool, doesn't it? It just proves what the Republicans have been saying. Putin is the superior leader.
But they're not saying that.
They've said it all during the Obama administration.
They're not saying it now.
Well, they were right then. All right, let's get the show started officially and take your check-in, shall we?
Yep. Getting the show started officially and taking your check-ins brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with the Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Our egomaniacal and increasingly paranoid president does not get enough credit. The moon is a waxing crescent moon, 25% full. It's like a quarter moon, you know? The moon will rise today at 11:33 a.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 17th day of July in the year of our Lord 2018. This is North America's most baleful radio broadcast. Baleful. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the cucks of communication. We are the oligarchs of the airwaves. Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, not here. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show, filling in for Gina, is Richie Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, doing video for the show, which you can see at x96.com/live. And Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal. Yes, both of them are here helping out with the show. So,
all right.
Check-ins.
So we begin. Let's start the check-ins. Yes, people have called in. This is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Well, just dandy, Chris. 3 words or less, Chris. What's the most disgusting habit a person can have?
Probably hawking up loogies.
Yeah, it is kind of gross.
I've never been good at it.
I've
gotten to where I can do it, but I'm not good at it.
I enjoy spitting, but I don't do it around people as a general rule.
Oh, no.
And I only do it when, like, if I'm riding my bike for long distances, you know.
Because it helps clear the junk out of your mouth?
Yeah, you just get kind of heavy exercise. You get kind of, and then you'll.
Yeah.
And then there's a certain need to do it, I think. I understand that women never spit. Is that true?
Not true.
Not true.
No. My wife has been known to.
But generally, women not big spitters.
No.
Men will spit.
Are you saying it's a male-female chemistry thing? Like maybe the men?
I think just habitually men would be more prone to spitting. I don't know. Well, Chris, thanks for checking in.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Zach. Hello, Zach.
Morning. How you guys doing?
Zach, we're fine. Hey, so Zach, what's the most disgusting habit a person can have? 3 words or less.
Eating their boogers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Eating boogers is pretty... Okay, so confession. Who in this room has never eaten a booger?
Oh, come on.
Never eaten?
Never eaten
Everyone
a booger.
I mean, as you're a little kid, it always happened.
So who in this room routinely eats boogers?
It's for immune health. I do it for immune health.
I knew it. All right, Zach, thanks for checking in.
It's science. Thanks. They say it builds up your immunity to stuff.
I knew
Science,
it.
huh?
Now, when I was a kid, I was a booger eater.
Sure.
But no, not so much
anymore.
No.
Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 words or less. Disgusting habit. What's the most disgusting habit a person can have?
Eating loud.
Eating loud.
A loud eater.
Yeah, lip smacking.
A loud eater. You
Yeah.
get somebody in a restaurant, especially somebody eating chips, and they're smacking their lips and sound like a cow and just look absolutely terrible. It's disgusting.
Yeah, lip smacking is pretty bad. Hey, Richard, should we give Richard some? Can you go to the Salt Lake Twilight concert series?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to. I have to go out of town for work.
All right. Well, let's move on to another person then. Thanks,
Okay.
Richard.
Let's see. We got a few people texting and chat room people spitting loogies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another snot-related one. Scratch and sniff.
Yeah. All right. Enough of that.
Old Bill, the scratch. What did we call you?
The sniffer.
The sniffer. That's what it was.
Poor personal hygiene. Let's see. Shua checking in. Using crystal meth.
Okay.
That's a disgusting habit for sure. Yeah.
Spitting in urinals is my thing. For whatever reason, like I can handle it okay if people are spitting on the sidewalk, but spitting into the urinal makes me sick.
Workplace nail clipping.
Yeah.
Let's see, Scott in California. Some people don't wear deodorant. Yeah.
Well, they have the natural odor of human beings.
Well, maybe their natural odor is
bad.
If we all stopped wearing deodorant, we wouldn't notice the difference. Go to France.
Right. A stinky place. Yeah, sure.
Let's see. And then a lot of them have to do with Trump and Russia. I'd say about half of them all have to do with Trump.
Well, I guess we'll hang on to the Salt Lake Twilight Concert Series tickets because nobody else called in.
Let me tell people about that real quick. The 2018 Salt Lake Community College Twilight Concert Series returns Thursday starting August 16th through the 13th of September at the Gallivan Center. August 16th is Diplo, 23rd is Robert DeLong, 30th is Moon Taxi, September 6th is DJ Snoopadelic, which is Snoop Dogg, and September 13th is King Princess and Flora Cash. People can get tickets at twilightconcerts.com.
So how about this? 877-602-9696. We'll just give a pair of those tickets to a random caller who really wants them.
Cool. Who wants them and can use them.
Yeah.
All right.
And is it for this Thursday?
It's not. The Salt Lake Community College Twilight Concert Series doesn't start till the 16th of August.
16th,
okay.
Of August.
Plenty of time.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. We'll get to big boy news and opinioendo coming up. Stand by for that. Also, don't forget our X poll is, if you could have any job for one day, what would it be? Okay.
A quick look at traffic. If you're in an accident, the first thing that you should do is contact the advocates. Remember that they don't get paid until you do. Go to utahadvocates.com for more information. You deserve an advocate. There's already some problems. I-15 northbound at 600 North, there's a stalled vehicle there on the on the left-hand side. It's causing some delay, so be aware of that. Eastbound I-80 as you make your way into Salt Lake. This is just 1 mile east of Magna. There's a crash there on the right shoulder causing some delay, and there are signal problems at Harrison Boulevard and 20th Street up in Ogden, and that needs to be treated as a 4-way stop. That's your look at traffic.
All right, thank you very much. Let's see. Haster Games, of course.
Yeah, board games.
Utah really seems to be ahead of the curve when it came to board games, because the board game resurgence has been happening for a while now, and I think we led the way in a way.
Yeah, I think that the board games have always been considered a very wholesome family activity. That's why.
And if you're a gamer, if you love to play games, especially board games like Dungeons & Dragons, for example, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, you're going to love Haster Games. Not only do they carry the best selection of all the latest board games and Magic products, they will buy pre-owned board games and Magic products from you. So that's nice.
I didn't know that.
And what's great about Haster is that you can go in, and you may have heard about a board game that people are talking about, and you want to try it out before you buy it.
I've heard about this Monopoly. I want to try out this game called Monopoly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Haster didn't have an open copy of Monopoly that you could sit and play and try it out to see if you like it before you buy it. It's a great place to stay and play. And so they have very convenient, nice long hours. Haster Games at 6831 South State. They're open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sunday. So go and try out a game. 6831 South State, or go online, HasterGames.com.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
Is it chilly weather yet?
I think
You want to eat chili?
Well, see, I had a little argument with my wife, and I just wanted to clear this up. I know it's September.
Yeah. I don't think it's quite chilly weather yet.
Well, but so
it's going to be like almost 90 today.
Some friends of ours, our friends the Duncans, Linda had some surgery, so we made dinner for them. And my wife said to me a couple of days before, will you make dinner for the Duncans? And I said, yeah, sure. And I said, well, I said, what should I make? Maybe I'll make lasagna. And then I thought, no. Dave's from an Italian family. He grew up eating Italian food, and his mother cooks Italian. I'm not going to make lasagna. I know, a big pot of chili. I'll make a big pot of chili. So I have all this planned, and then the day before yesterday, I said, well, I'm going to make that chili for the Duncans tomorrow. My wife said, well, chili?
It's hot.
It's not chilly weather.
It's not chilly weather. She's right.
I thought of chili when it was rain. It was rainy last week, and it was kind of rainy and drizzly. And I said chili, and then she said, "Well, it's not chilly weather." And I thought, "Come now, wait a minute though. I like a good bowl of chili anytime."
Chili is a
Here's why. Actually, hot weather is chilly weather.
Yeah.
Why is it that in the Latin American countries, that's where all the spicy food is?
Yeah.
It's because it's so hot, they want to sweat so that it cools them down. So make it spicy, and it's chilly weather.
Yeah. I just don't.
You go.
I just don't understand why there has to be a certain weather for certain food.
No, it's like
if it's good chili.
Joe makes
anytime.
these stews, but he can only do it like in the fall and the winter. Like
but that's mainly because he has.
In...
That's mainly because he has clients in town.
No, but like you don't have stew in July.
Sure you do.
Stew is a cold weather.
That's true. We make chicken noodle soup, and
you don't ever do
and
it
we
in
only
summer.
do that when it starts to get cold.
But you can do it.
But I think that you could, and again with the spicy, that's what I think.
I'm telling you, Richie goes to the soup kitchen any time of the year.
But I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking like there are only certain days when you can have the grilled cheese and the tomato soup. Like there's only those colder days. It's that same kind of thing. It's
okay. Well, that's fine. You guys go ahead. You guys go ahead and pigeonhole yourselves. I am going to be the guy who has grilled cheese and tomato soup any day of the week.
When it's 100 degrees
No,
outside.
I had that a few weeks ago. I had that a few weeks ago because we had tomatoes from Dad's garden, and we had too many.
So you made tomato soup?
So Sue made tomato soup, and we had grilled cheese.
By the way, you can always bring me more tomatoes.
Oh, okay. Smoked Gouda grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Awesome. Gouda.
So that's I'm going to be the guy because I like a good bowl of chili.
You break the rules there.
Anytime. Right. Stew, you have Joe next summer.
Okay.
Right.
Have Joe make me a stew.
We'll have you over for stew.
I'm telling you.
I'm not following society's rules.
I'm not putting up with that chilly weather.
That's right.
I'm going to eat chili anytime I want.
Don't try to tell me.
Sometimes I felt a little tied down by a mortgage, kids. I felt tied down
you're
by.
Pushing back.
That's it, baby.
Push back.
That's it.
Take that.
No more crap for me. I'm eating chili in the summer.
Take that, society.
In your face, man.
Always being held down by the man.
That's it. All right. Chili for me.
That's right.
Thank
Don't
you.
chain me down with your manners.
Exactly. that right?
Mhm.
I guess that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
6:35. We got the X Bowl coming up in about 10 minutes.
Which is
if you could do any job for one day, what would it be?
I know.
All right.
I know. Yeah, I just thought of it.
Okay.
You guys think about it and be ready to call at 877-602-9696. But right now it's time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
the Ogden Twilight Concert Series. It continues again tonight with Grammy-nominated pop. I got lost in this. Pop duo Sylvan Esso. To get the full lineup and purchase your tickets in advance, go to OgdenTwilight.com.
All right. Well, I guess we better tackle the big news of the day head on.
The big news.
The big news of the day head on. We'll tackle it. Jerry the King Lawler says that the WWE overreacted by removing Hulk Hogan from their Hall of Fame in 2015. And he blames the whole thing on the PC culture going just too far. Jerry the King Lawler, interviewed at Florida SuperCon by the Roman Show, and he was asked about Hulk Hogan being reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame over the weekend, and he said, "I'm not shocked at all. I was shocked when he wasn't in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think the whole thing was kind of blown out of proportion. I've known Hulk his entire career, and for the claims about him being a racist, there was absolutely not 1 ounce of truth to all of that."
Okay, we got him on tape. We got him on tape saying the N-word.
I just thought it was an overreaction. Repeatedly. He says the N-word repeatedly, but he just did it, for a fact.
He was acting.
He was having
a private conversation.
Listen, do we have to be so politically correct all the time?
How about him having sex with his friend Bubba's wife? How about
Jerry
that?
the King Lawler. Yeah. Jerry the King. I tweeted back at this.
You did?
I was so angry.
Even I didn't.
I was so angry at where did this come from? It's some wrestling website.
Because I have a little bit of respect for Jerry Lawler because he was part of that whole Andy Kaufman thing that was terrific.
I was outraged that it happened, and I said, he was never my king. He was never my king.
He's not actually a king. I mean, self-appointed, but he's
the self-appointed king of wrestling.
President Donald Trump has blamed the phony witch hunt as the biggest barrier to deal-making with President Vladimir Putin.
Phony witch hunt, but we have five people
many
have confessed.
indictments. In his first interview since his summit with Putin, Trump slammed special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. 90% of the nuclear power in the world between these two nations, and we've had a phony witch hunt deal drive us apart. Putin also bemoaned the Mueller investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election during talks in Helsinki. Even now, Fox News has turned against
even
Donald
Newt
Trump.
Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich has turned against him and said the president has done something that should not be done. There are people calling it treason. The Drudge Report has turned against Donald Trump. What do Utah politicians say?
Do I
members? Members?
Let's listen.
They have said.
Oh, they've not.
They've commented.
It's not been that.
They have commented. Members of Utah's all-Republican congressional delegation do believe that Russia interfered in the 2016 election, but most didn't criticize President Trump for not pushing back against Russian President Vladimir Putin's denial of sabotage directly. A couple of them had sharp words for the president. All 6 agree that the U.S. should hold Russia responsible for its actions. Meantime, other politicos and observers with Utah ties, including several candidates, didn't hold back on their condemnation. Now, Chris Stewart, to his credit, said Trump is wrong.
That surprises me.
Russia meddled in the elections. Russia was led by a former KGB thug who only understands lies and manipulation. Stewart is a member of the House Intelligence Committee, so it'd be pretty hard for him to not know all that. President Trump denying their involvement in the obvious is a mistake, Stewart said. Representative Mia Love said Trump must understand the world counts on the U.S. to set the tone, and thugs should be held accountable. Orrin Hatch did not mention the president, but said that, yes, I believe Russia meddled in the election. John Curtis, has not been a Trump supporter.
Nope.
He Mike Lee. So they all, and almost any responsible Republican with a couple of notable exceptions have called out Donald Trump's actions, some stronger than others. I just ask you, gentlemen and ladies, so what in the F are you going to do about it?
Yep.
What are you going to do about it?
Oh, well,
you're going to just call them out then forget about it.
I'm going to send a strongly worded letter.
I'm going to make a really strong statement to the press.
I am going to tweet twice about it.
What are you going to do? Come on.
Nothing. They're cowards.
The
Can they do anything
yes,
about it?
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
Like it's an actual impeachable. They can do something about it.
They can impeach him for anything.
Yeah.
They can hold impeachment hearings for anything.
Impeachment just means that we don't have faith in you anymore, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Department of Justice has charged a Russian national with close ties to the National Rifle Association. This is not the phony Mueller witch hunt. This is the Department of Justice.
Yes.
Run by people appointed by Donald Trump.
Yep.
A Russian national with close ties to the NRA and to a well-connected Republican operative was arrested this week and indicted for illegally acting as an unregistered agent of the Russian Federation. Maria Butina, 29-year-old Russian who has been living in Washington, was arrested Sunday following an FBI investigation that included a search of 2 of her electronic devices. In an affidavit unsealed yesterday, an FBI agent with the Counterintelligence Division said he'd found evidence that Butina worked with an unnamed Russian official to establish what she called back-channel lines of communication between the Kremlin and American politicians, presumably with the GOP.
She called it back-channel.
Yeah. She said...
It's not people like us.
She said, this is what I was doing. This is what I was doing. She has had meetings with Donald Trump Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump Sr. was the president, I think it was when he was running. She was at a campaign rally and got a chance to ask a question.
Yep.
And said, what about the sanctions on Russia? Well, I'm seriously thinking about lifting all of the sanctions on Russia if I become president, he said.
Well, Donald Trump asked Putin about that, and he said, no, that I don't know who she is or that goes on. And he said, oh, guys, I asked.
That's good enough for me.
That's good enough.
So it's
bad. It's bad.
Chris
so bad.
Wallace from Fox News. Chris Wallace from Fox News, through his interview with Putin, he sat down with a one-on-one on Putin. He essentially handed Donald Trump his ass by doing it.
Yeah.
Because Chris Wallace, a Fox News reporter, said to Vladimir Putin, do you have evidence, the blackmail evidence that you are holding about Donald Trump? Do you have the P-tape, essentially? And Putin kind of smirked and said, no, we have nothing of the sort. I didn't even know he was in Moscow back then. He was just a businessman. I hardly even knew who he was. No. What about these Russians that were indicted? Can I give you these indictments of these Russian generals that have been indicted by the American government for collusion and for trying to sabotage the election? And Putin goes, nope, I won't take it. You can put it there on the table. I'm not touching it.
Our attorney Ed Brass texting me, says impeachment is limited to high crimes and misdemeanors. Treason would qualify. Also, why is no one talking about the 2-hour private meeting?
Well, because we weren't allowed to know what that 2-hour private meeting was about.
So, there you go. But really the question it comes down to is, all right, now you've really seen what's going on here. I don't know if there's a P-tape. I don't care. I don't know if Donald Trump directly colluded with Russians ever. But I do know that he is an egomaniacal monster who is becoming increasingly unstable and paranoid. And that's what you should worry about.
Wrong.
At least 23 people were injured in Hawaii after lava from from the Kilauea volcano. It launched a lava bomb and it hit this tour boat Now, I guess there's video of it. I didn't see it. I heard the screaming.
Yeah.
Now, the explosion, the Coast Guard had to respond. It was around 6 o'clock in the morning. Is that
there's a picture of a hole in the roof?
Right. Yeah, hole in the roof of the boat. So I again tweeted this morning. I was a little active on Twitter. I was reading about this Kilauea volcano, and most of the lava is coming through from a place that's called Fissure Number 8, which is a huge crack in the Earth's surface, which is spewing molten lava. At a faster rate, this river of lava is moving faster than has ever been recorded.
Yeah.
I would draw your attention to a movie from the 60s starring Dana Andrews called Crack in the World, where a fissure like this starts, and it's a crack in the world starting at that fissure, and it starts to move around the world, and it's going to split the world in half. Go to my Twitter feed at RFHBill. I tweeted a link to this movie so you can read all about it. Just remember, I was the one who warned you.
It's a little extreme, but I consider
Crack
myself
in the world.
warned. Yeah.
Now, the movie, it's actually kind of a well-done movie, but it's based on a stupid premise because there isn't one. There are multiple cracks around the world. There wouldn't be one just big crack traveling around, which is the way they depict it in the movie. And they're trying to use a nuclear bomb to stop the crack.
You got to seal it.
I think that's going to make the crack worse, isn't it?
Well, spoiler alert, it does. But it's kind of a cool movie. Go to @RFHBill and you'll see the link to it. And just quickly, 6 nurse practitioners in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, all in the same hospital, are expecting babies this year. That's weird. 6 nurses pregnant at the same time. There have been reports in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area of unidentified flying objects, grays, if you will, aliens of some sort. That's what I'm thinking happened. All right, sports, weather, traffic.
Sports brought to you by Jiffy Lube's team of technicians are highly trained in oil changes, tire rotations, radiator services, and more. Visit JiffyLubeUtah.com for discounts, services, and nearest locations. In sports, it's All-Star time in the Major League Baseball, and that means you can start caring about baseball because now games start to matter. They have so many games in the season that now things start to matter, and you can actually see which teams will be making it into the playoffs. As part of that, it is the Home Run Derby.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Harper, quite possibly one of the best, if not the best, hitters in baseball. He won the Home Run Derby at his home field because they're doing it in Washington, D.C. He also happens to be Mormon.
He's not been doing very. I just heard this, and I don't know for sure that he hasn't been doing very well at the plate during regular games. But he won the home derby.
He hasn't done very well in the past at the home run derby. So this is sort of vindication for him. Additionally, there was some talk last year that he could do a contract that would be the largest contract in baseball history. But because he hasn't been performing very well, that sort of has disappeared. So this is hoping to get him what they think might be a $400 million contract.
Somebody said he cheated. They cheated because you have. I guess you can not throw another pitch until the one you've just hit out lands, and then you can throw the next pitch.
I don't know the rules of that.
Yeah, and somebody broke the rules.
People hate him because he's a little egotistical, but you would be too if you could hit like that and make $400 million.
And you were a Mormon.
Yeah, and you're a Mormon guy. Also in sports, the Utah Royals takes on North Carolina Courage. That's this Friday. You can buy tickets for that at RSL.com. And Real Salt Lake takes on the Colorado Rapids. That's this Saturday at Rio Tinto. And you can get tickets at RSL.com. Weather brought to you by Fresh Mountain Air has always been free, and so have Snowbird's Family Flicks on Friday nights and their Cool Air concerts on Saturdays. They've got a great lineup this summer running every weekend through August 11th. Details at snowbird.com. You know how it was yesterday weather-wise? Be again like that today. You know what it's going to be like tomorrow? That.
All right.
It's not changing. And then a quick look at traffic brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power. Everything we create is to power your greatness. So keep going and know that we're here with you. Learn more at poweringgreatness.com. That crash eastbound I-80, just 1 mile east of Magna, as people are making their way into Salt Lake, it is causing a lot of delays. So if you usually go I-80 past Magna to get into Salt Lake, maybe think of a different way. They don't expect to have that cleared up for over an hour, and it's causing between 15 and 30 minutes delay. Also, I-15 northbound at 600 North, there's a stalled vehicle on the left-hand side. That's traffic.
Oh, there it is.
Is this sponsored?
The X-Poll?
Yeah, it's brought to you by The Blocks, Salt Lake's cultural core. Learn more at theblockslc.com.
It is the X-Poll, 877-602-9696. We need your answer to this question.
Very simple.
If you could do one job for one day, any job, what would it be?
I had an answer, but I've thought better of.
Yeah.
You change your mind on
I
that?
think I thought better of my answer. Yeah, an adult film star, I don't think.
Nah.
No.
For one day, no.
No.
No, I don't really want to do that. No.
Now, what are the parameters of this question? Do I have immediate knowledge?
I think so. You have the ability to function within this
do
job,
that job.
to just jump in and there it is.
So, using your premise,
Well.
perhaps,
Yeah.
along with immediate knowledge comes immediate,
Yeah. Knowledge. Yeah. I don't know though. Do you have a thought of what
My thought, I would really like to do, I don't know that I could do it forever, but I really would like to do a day as a Broadway actor. I think that would be fun. And assuming, based on Carrie's premise, that I am
that you have
talented,
immediate knowledge.
that I have the knowledge,
Yeah.
and that with that, there would be some sort of, people would enjoy being able to see me at the stage door after, so I could have the entire experience. I think that New York get up, getting ready for the show, the pre-show, the show itself, the afterward Broadway performing experience would be my thing.
I want to be Jeff Bezos' valet for one day. One day. Just, anything you need, Mr. Bezos? Anything?
We got some people in the chat room who are checking in. Flight attendant. I think you can aim a little higher than that.
I don't know, though, because you would want to do that one day.
Yeah, give me your compelling argument for flight attendant. National Geographic photographer.
Okay.
Cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Lindsay says, I'd love to have the perfect painting skills. To paint all day is a dream I've always wanted to do.
Megan from Facebook said that she'd love to be a paramedic. That's actually what she wanted to do, but then she had some medical disorders that didn't allow her to do it.
Here's one, food critic.
For one day.
For one day. Bra fitter at Victoria's Secret.
Is that a gentleman or a...
What is a bra fitter?
Oh, that's a real thing.
They got to measure you, yeah.
Oh.
That's why Victoria's Secret bras are so great.
Mm-hmm. President and resign.
One day.
One day. Lottery winner. Well.
Hey, well, it's not a job.
Traveling food show host. There you go. Special effects makeup artist.
Yeah. 877-602-9696 if you want to call in and participate. One job.
Let's go to Kyle. Hello, Kyle.
Oh, it's Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
Yeah. So, Kyrie, what would you like to do one day, a job for one day?
I would love to be a professional skydiver employed by Red Bull.
Oh, yeah. The ones that jump into, like, the big events. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Or
from space,
yeah.
Whichever.
Yeah. Have you ever done any skydiving? No.
She is now. She just broke through the
was her turn
atmosphere.
to jump.
No. Tell them I said no.
I guess it's no, right?
Nope, never.
Okay.
All right.
You really should. It's pretty safe to do. I mean,
I'm not doing it.
It's unnerving, but it's
if
fun.
Red Bull would pay for it, I would.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Kyrie.
Here's someone who's saying, I was a bra fitter. It's not as great as you think.
I wouldn't think so.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I
Here's one, bank robber.
One day.
One day. Be a bank robber.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, here's the explanation about flight attendant. Because I had admired since I was a little, every flight attendant I talked to said they don't recommend just one day. I still want to try it, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Jennifer from Facebook, Jennifer Vasna, says a stockbroker on the New York Stock Exchange floor. I think that could be cool, but that job seems so exhausting.
Stressful.
Yeah, stressful.
Well, you could do it. Just go stand in a crowd and yell, sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. There you go. Emilio is here. Hello, Emilio.
Good morning, senor.
Morning, guys.
So, one day job, what would you do?
I would want to be a game show host. I want to host Family Feud.
Specifically Family Feud.
Specifically.
That's because you want to kiss people.
No, that's because I want to make fun of people.
Oh, I think being a game show host would be a fun job.
I think so.
It'd be great. You tape 5 shows in a day and you're done.
Go home.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Emilio.
Thank you very much. All right. If you want to weigh in on the X poll, 877-602-9696 is the phone number. For one day, you can have any job. What would it be?
Quick look at traffic. Still that stalled vehicle northbound I-15. They're on the left shoulder. They're trying to get it out of there, but it's stalled, so give them a minute. Also, eastbound I-80, 1 mile east of Magna. Man, between 15 and 30-minute delays right there. It's on the right shoulder. If I-80 coming east into Salt Lake is part of your commute, maybe go the long way, find a different way, or just be prepared for stalling there. That's it. That's traffic.
You know, maybe for one day, or maybe for a whole career, you would like to be a chef.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I've seen a lot of that coming up in the timeline. Be a a food critic or a food host person. You got to start somewhere. Got to be a chef. Learn how to be a chef.
Start at Park City Culinary Institute, but you don't even have to go to Park City to do it.
No, it's here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Here's a success story. Mindy Booth, former investment banker from Goldman Sachs.
I've met her.
In New York. Loves to cook. Has been cooking for her Utah family for many years. She came back to Utah, attended Park City Culinary Institute. She got together with her friends and launched a churro company, San Diablo Churros.
Yep.
And that's just one of a huge list of success stories that I have here. If it's a career you want to head into, or maybe you're thinking about changing your career, they can certainly help you out. Trained to cook and bake with master chefs. They have a chef that's worked with Gordon Ramsay on Hell's Kitchen. Another chef has been cooking for the James Beard Foundation. Restaurants, I could list them all, but why don't you give them a call and talk to them about becoming a chef? They have 1 to 3 month programs with day classes or evenings. So whatever your schedule is, they can make it easy for you, and you can use the GI Bill. Learn to cook, make new friends, and discover networking opportunities. Learn more or apply today. Visit info.parkcityculinaryinstitute.com. Mention X96 when you enroll, and you'll receive an all-clad pot valued at $200. They're down on State Street, 1484 South State, Park City Culinary Institute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce...
I've just been meaning to ask you, Gina, the last 3 days, and I forgot. Well,
What?
the last 2 days.
What?
So you went to collect your daughter at camp.
Yes.
On Saturday, I think it was.
Friday.
And we'd had some discussion last week about the letters, and that you had written a letter to her, a daily letter that she took with her.
Yes.
And you instructed her to open one a day. Is
Yes.
that and being the good little girl she
Yes.
is, I'm sure that's exactly the way she did it.
Yes.
Whereas when I was a little kid, when I'd gotten to camp, I would just want to open them all.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to read them all. And then she was incommunicado
for a week.
Really 7 days? Was it 7 days?
Sunday to Friday.
Yeah, okay. And so the only communication that you could have with her would be a letter that she would send you.
Right.
And you kept waiting for the letter and waiting for the letter. And I said, you're not going to get the letter until after you pick her up. Have you received, as you went to get her and collected her tear-stained pillow and and all of the soiled bedding and everything? And
She did very well, actually, at camp.
Well, I'm sure she did, but
I'm saying there wasn't a tear stain pillow.
I joke.
I know. As I got home with her after we picked it up, it was in the mailbox.
As I thought.
Yes.
And was the letter tear stained?
No.
Was it very detailed?
Yes.
What did she write it the first day, or did she just write it, like the day before you?
And then express it.
She wrote it halfway through, and she said, "Next year I know to write it earlier in the week."
But there you go. It might have gotten to you.
Mm-hmm. But it was a happy letter. I'm having a great time. And she said, I knew you would ask, Mom. The food is great, is what the letter said.
Food is great.
I knew you would ask.
And then she had no trouble finding an owl to deliver it.
No, came right to the.
Right.
She's very, very methodical in her thinking. She said, I sent it on Wednesday. I should send it earlier next time, but I should at least wait a day till I've done something to write about so she's figuring out the best day to send it. It's probably Tuesday, and then I would get it. But she did great. She wants to go back. So
she did the rope swing. She swam in the lake. She went canoeing. Killed a bear.
No,
none of that.
No.
What do they do? What do they sit around and sew?
They made bread.
That's not camp. You go out. You got to go out and kill squirrels and play capture the flag at night, and then kids get lost in the woods.
At the very least, play with the fire.
Yeah, roast no fire.
Poking a stick in it?
No.
They made bread. They had morning meditation.
What?
Sissy camp. We did yoga, Mom.
She loved it. That's all that matters.
Sissy camp.
Right, okay. Sponsored?
It is, in fact. Brought to you by Keeping It Local with Kirkham's Outdoor Products. It's their 74th anniversary sale featuring hundreds of excellent items for the great outdoors, and you can get a 20% off coupon at kirkhams.com.
Joe, 877-602-9696. Pretty simple. If you could if you could have a job for just one day, what job would you want to do?
You get all the knowledge, you get the ability to be successful at that job for a day, but what job would you do?
But for some reason, nobody's called in.
I thought of another one for me. I would love to be a tour guide for a day.
For one day.
You could do that now.
Well, no, I know.
But
you
haven't.
But I haven't because there's I'm doing other things. But if I could just be like
a tour guide, where? Guiding tours of what?
Like national parks, I think would be fun. Or even if I had the knowledge to just be able to do like a downtown Salt Lake City tour. I think that there's a lot of fascinating stuff that people don't know about Salt Lake. I would like to be able to share that with.
I'd like to work at the Arctic.
The Arctic Circle?
No, not the Arctic Circle. Although I do love an AC burger or a brown topper on occasion. But
I know.
But where you go to the Arctic Circle. There's a research facility there at McMurdo Station, I think it is.
Okay.
And you have to stay there for like 6 months. They helicopter you in, and then the weather, But I'd like to do it for just one day.
I'll send you a copy of The Thing.
Right.
So you can watch it while you're up there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here someone says, I want to be Wayne Coyne from the Flaming Lips.
For one day? Yeah. Okay.
My husband would love to be a pro wrestler for a day or more. And I would love to be a travel reviewer person so I can visit resorts and get paid for it. It's Diana.
Okay.
Astronaut on a space station.
Yeah, Jared Anderson said that too. He said it would be the coolest to be an astronaut.
Let's go to Lisa. She's on the phone. She wants to be an astronaut as well for a day.
All right, Lisa. Hi.
Hi, Lisa. Lisa?
Nope. Sorry, Lisa. That's my fault.
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
I was doing some work, Lisa. Thank you.
So you said astronaut. You'd like to be an astronaut for one day. What would you like to do during that day as an astronaut?
Everything from taking off in the shuttle to floating around in space.
Yeah, would you like to go do a spacewalk outside of the space shuttle, tethered to the?
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
That freaks me out.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I would like to be inside the.
It freaks me out. That's why I would only be able to do it for one day.
Yeah, I'd like to be inside the space station once, though, just to be weightless for a while, just to see what that's like.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Let's go to Antonia. Hello, Antonia.
Good morning.
Hello. I want to become a forensic scientist.
Like on CSI?
Yeah.
No, that has nothing to do with forensics, Richie. Yeah, that'd be good. Would you like to cut open dead bodies?
It's different, but I want to do it.
You want to cut open dead bodies, Antonia?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay, I don't think we need to talk to Antonia. There you are. Now you can pretend.
There you go.
Nick,
All right.
Nick from the producer's booth says, no? Okay, he doesn't want me to say. Never mind.
Okay.
Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Hello, Jordan.
Hello.
One day.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, one day. What would you like to be?
Any day, one day job that I would be a roadie for a stagehand corporation.
So there's like bands that you love that you'd love to tour with and just be a roadie?
Yeah.
What band would you pick?
Band, probably Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
They have good songs.
They do have some good songs.
Yeah, they do have good songs, but their equipment is just as heavy.
Yes.
You realize what job you're requesting. You're not hanging out with the band.
Although
I've worked with them before. I've worked for them before. I've worked at one of their concerts in Salt Lake at the USANA.
And they're pretty cool guys, I understand, to the roadies and stuff, yeah?
They're nice guys, but you've got stuff to do. You've got to get things going. You've got to...
You have to hold the roll of gaffer tape.
You've got to put the stage together, and then as soon as they're done, you've got to take it down and move it. So
He's
it's not glamorous at all.
Carrie, they have some pretty cool songs.
Well, okay, yeah, I can buy the CD.
Yeah. See you,
all right,
Jordan.
thanks. Let's go to Dallas. Hello, Dallas.
Hey.
You got the name for it, Dallas. What job?
I would want to be a UFC fighter for one day.
Wow.
Boy, I don't know. You might come out of it with a face that looks like hamburger, you know.
Or your brain dislocated.
For one day, it would be worth it.
What would be your skill? Are you more of a boxing guy or a mixed martial arts like?
I'm a kind of a runaway guy.
Yeah,
you'd have to catch. You know, I'd
Exactly.
just run around the ring and you have to catch me.
I'm more of a jiu-jitsu guy.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Dallas.
Thanks.
Those guys
Thank
are
you.
safer.
Let's see. I want to be Matthew McConaughey's shirt selector. I would do absolutely nothing all day.
That's because he doesn't wear shirts very often.
Easy. Dagobah J. Sandbar says, taste tester at a dispensary.
Wow.
All right. Andy wants to be the captain of a whale watching boat.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It would be nice. Disneyland stormtrooper for a day.
That'd be a hard job.
Oh, here's one. I want to be a morning radio talk show host to see if it's really as bad as you guys make it out to be.
Oh, it's worse.
Yeah.
Believe me, there's stuff that we don't talk about that you don't know about.
We haven't told you about the electrodes.
Exactly.
Keep you going.
We don't say anything about those ever.
I'd like to have one of my coworkers' jobs for a day, so I can sit on my ass and do nothing.
No.
Shots fired.
Some guy, head of the NSA, I'd spill everything. Let's see. Either a chemical engineer or a deep, and I mean really deep, sea diver. Oh, here's one. I'd like to be the judge of the Great British Baking Show.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun.
Here's someone who wants to want to ride a horse and herd cattle all day.
I see. I think that would be fun. Before I die, I'll do one of those like from City Slickers cattle drives.
Dude
Ranch. Yeah.
Well, there's more to it than just riding horses.
No, I know it's terrible.
Yeah.
You have to tear down the stage. Oh wait, no.
Comic book store owner.
One day.
Why don't you go talk to Dave at Dr. Volt's? Maybe
see what a dream job that is.
Tourist guide for the lava flows in Hawaii.
That's dangerous. Again, that picture Bill tweeted at RFH Bill. You see the big hole that you see the lava hits the water, and it doesn't like the water, so it explodes and shoots large like meteors at the boat.
What are they doing out there on a tour boat at 6 a.m.?
No, that's what it is. An industry like you would not believe.
But why
to
6 o'clock in the morning?
Because you want to see the sun. I'm sure it was a sunrise tour. Sunrise and see the lava.
Okay.
Let's see, my friend Brooks, shark cage diving. Our attorney Ed Brass, very tough poll, but I'm going to go with clown at kids' birthdays parties.
For one day.
For one day.
No.
And here's my favorite answer. I want to be the person who decides what Costco sells.
Yeah. Because doesn't it piss you off?
Yeah.
When you have, so you get the Chobani full fat plain yogurt and you get dependent on it at the Costco, and then they take it away.
I know.
You can't get it anymore.
Listen, you don't have to tell me.
Makes me mad.
Listen, charcoal is not seasonal. I don't care what you say.
Exactly.
All right.
Traffic brought to you by Snowbird season passes are now on sale and offer the most benefits of any pass in Utah. You can experience 2,500 acres of legendary terrain and the longest season in Utah this winter. Learn more at snowbird.com. And the only incident we have this morning is the crash eastbound I-80. It's just east of Magna, and it is delays. If that's part of your commute and you can't get around it, plan on 10, 20 minutes longer this morning. That's traffic.
All right, we got Boners Round 1 coming up. Here are the candidates. Boner candidate number 1, Sean. You're the only one who thinks it was strong. Boner candidate number 2, somebody decapitated the pink one-humper.
Ooh.
And boner candidate number 3, most people underestimate the power of burning hay.
All right. Round 1 of your boners, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo, next. Stand by.
on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
You will need that information in about 15 minutes, because that's when we're going to ask you to vote for round 1 of your boner voting. 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will listen to all 3 of them. Then you will decide which one of these 3 is the worst. Keeping in mind boner means mistake. Bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. Which one of these deserves to go forward to boner fight and get a chance of becoming boner of the day? If it wins here, if it wins this round, it has a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. Then we got to go to round 2. That happens at 8:20 with 3 more different candidates. And then we get a winner of that round. We take those 2 winners, we throw them into the boner dome for boner fight. That's when boner of the day is decided. That will be at 9:20. So pick your winner, your contender, your candidate for round 1 right now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a 4-pack of tickets to the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. You can sink your teeth into Shark Week at Loveland Living Planet Aquarium starting July 22nd. You can watch a shark feed, participate in daily activities, and more. Plus, enter for a chance to win some awesome prizes, including a VIP yoga session in the Shark Tunnel. It's actually pretty cool. Visit thelivingplanet.com/sharkweek.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Sean, you are the only one who thinks it was strong. Sean Hannity, Fox News presenter. No, he's not a presenter. He's a host. He's not a newsman.
Nope.
He's a talk show host. Close ally of President Trump, a man who can only speak when he removes his nose from Donald Trump's.
Well, they speak to each other before they go to bed each night.
Yes, they do.
Well, they share attorneys too, right? Isn't
praised?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael Cohen praised his performance at the close of the Helsinki summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. All right, you're very strong. You're very strong at the end of that press conference, Hannity told Mr. Trump during an interview following that press conference. You said, "Where are the servers? Where are the servers? What about Peter? What about what Peter Strzok says?"
So
where are the 33,000 emails?
The conspiracy stuff.
That was very strong.
Which has all been proven to be nothing.
The interview, which aired on Fox News, Hannity, Monday night, followed an appearance by the president that appalled even some of his staunchest defenders when he seemed to side with Putin over U.S. intelligence on whether the Russian government interfered in the 2016 election. Mr. Trump talked with Hannity about Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation and said it gave a phony wedge, a phony witch hunt rigged deal between the U.S. and Russia.
A witch hunt with how many indictments and confessions?
And arrests. The president also said he's intrigued by Putin's idea of involving Russian investigators with the Mueller probe.
Oh, that's really
perhaps
terrible.
Sending special counsel investigators to Russia to investigate the 12G UR agents accused by the Justice Department of hacking the Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign. I was fascinated by the idea, Mr. Trump told Hannity, but he doubts that Mueller and the Democrats would be willing to cooperate because, well, they're not stupid.
Typical liberal.
Hannity also revisited a question that came up during the news conference, whether or not the Russians had compromising information on him. Trump strenuously denied that Putin possesses any compromising material. If they had it, it would have been out, Trump said, adding again that I think Putin's very, very, very strong. It's what I've said all along. And you remember these Republicans who are turning, now I'm paraphrasing. As a matter of fact, I'm fantasizing. These Republicans who've turned against me, remember how they all said at one time that Putin was a very strong leader and he was outshining President Obama. Well, remember that? Mm-hmm. Well, he is very strong. Hannity's positive view of the president's remarks starkly differed from the opinions of other conservatives as well as several of his Fox News colleagues.
As well as the world.
Boner candidate number 1. Sean, You're the only one who thinks it was strong.
Oh, it's a hostile liberal. All right, hostile liberal.
Here's boner candidate number 2. Somebody decapitated the pink one-humper.
I like the title.
A life-size pink statue of a camel.
Oh, there it is.
That has resided on the sand behind the hip Hampton Spot Surf Lodge has been beheaded.
Oh.
The large one-humper, whose side still proclaims "Save water, drink rosé," was found mysteriously decapitated on Sunday. The head has been found, though, and is in the safety, or is safely with an employee. There's little information on the foul play. The brightly colored pink camel has been a favorite of the Montauk Island surf shop, with a source saying people have been hanging from it, climbing it. It's been around forever, and people love it when they see it. A search is on for the perpetrators. The artwork is being fixed. What a dastardly thing to do.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2, someone decapitated the pink one-humper. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, most people underestimate the power of burning hay.
Voter candidate number 3 for round 1. Coming up after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
You don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot to get a great deal on a smartphone. Bad Apple buys, sells, and trades refurbished phones. And unlike the parking lot guy, they guarantee all devices. Locations and more at badapplerepair.com.
Well, I don't know what you necessarily think of Billy Joel.
I've never seen him, but he is someone who I would like to see in concert.
I saw him back when he was young and dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
Good? Was it good?
Here in Salt Lake.
It was a very good show.
Yeah.
This is an amazing, whether you like him or not, this is an amazing thing. He is gearing up to play his 100th show at Madison Square Garden on Wednesday. So he decided, let's see, when did he start doing this? January of 2014. He said, I'll do a show a month at Madison Square Garden. 1 show a month. That's a pretty big place. I don't know what the seating capacity is, but it's pretty big. And he sells it out once a month.
Just amazing.
100 sellout shows, or nearly sold out.
21,000.
Yeah.
21,000 people?
21,000. Yeah. So he sells them out, or close enough. Nearly sells them out once a month.
He is the Madison Square Garden Artist in Residence.
Very amazing. Pretty amazing. I like some of his shows. Some of his music. I don't care for this one anymore because it's so,
I wish Gina were here. She would play the game. I'm not any good.
I've heard this song too many times, but some of his stuff I do like. Donald Trump, at Vladimir Putin's side, publicly challenged the conclusion of his own intelligence agencies that Moscow interfered in the 2016 presidential election, wrapping up what he called a deeply productive summit meeting with an extraordinary show of trust for a leader accused of attacking America's democracy. In a remarkable news conference, Trump did not name a single action for which Mr. Putin should be held accountable. Nope. Instead, he saved his sharpest criticism for the United States.
Yep.
And for the special counsel. The investigation into election interference, calling it a ridiculous probe and a witch hunt. Witch hunt. Witch hunt. Witch hunt. Mr. Trump even questioned the determination by his own intelligence officials that Russia had meddled in the election. They say they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia.
I asked him. He said no, they didn't.
He said it's not, so I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't see any reason why it should be.
Just amazing.
Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
And I asked him about if he had any evidence on me. I said, hey, do you have any evidence on me? And he sort of blackmailed. He said, no, I didn't. So I don't know what else you want me to do. I asked him. He said no.
Wrong. He then changed the subject, demanding to know why the FBI never examined the hacked computer servers of the Democratic National Committee. Asked about the fate of the emails missing from the server of Hillary Clinton.
They did.
Where the Clinton emails, his performance drew howls of protest
they
from
got
Democrats
all of those.
And some Republicans. John O'Brennan, who served as CIA director under President Obama, suggested that the remarks warranted Mr. Trump's impeachment. The missing servers that Trump went off on.
The FBI has them.
missing. They're not missing.
They don't have the actual physical ones, but they have copies.
You could, I don't know. The details are just too stunning.
It is, and that's why we don't spend a lot of time on the details. But just know that we know the details.
Here, this is pretty clear, though. 8 suspect claims from the Trump Putin news conference. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others, and they said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it should be. Those who accused Russia of seeking to influence the 2016 election included the United States intelligence community, Democratic lawmakers, most Republican lawmakers, technology companies like Google and Facebook, and even top members of Trump's administration. This guy, Dan Coates, issued a statement saying, there is no doubt. Dan Coates came to me and said that he thought it was right, and Dan Coates issued I don't know why Dan Coates is still in the White House administration. Why doesn't he quit?
I don't know why a lot of them don't resign,
They can't all resign at the same time, guys. We've got rid of a lot of them. They can't. There would be no. They have to wait. They've all put in their resignation, and they have to wait a couple weeks before the next one gets processed.
Oh, it's just, as you know, the whole concept of comes up a little bit as the reason Democrats lost the election. Well, they should have been able to win because the Electoral College is much more advantageous for Democrats, as you know, than it is Republicans.
Not true.
That is not true. Absolutely not true. Anyway.
He's not just progressive, he's like a liberal heathen Democrat.
President Trump's decision to side with Putin over American intelligence agencies is disgraceful and detrimental to our democratic principles. Russia remains our number one geopolitical adversary. Claiming a moral equivalence between the United States and Russia not only defies reason and history, it undermines our national integrity and impairs our global credibility, said Mitt Romney. Police have opened a homicide investigation after a man's body was found Monday in an alley behind a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant in Ogden. Detectives haven't released the man's name. They're working to find his family members. Neighbors recall their late elderly friend, who they identified only as David, as a generous spirit who gave money away. The man's neighbor said he saw David arguing with another man about money on Sunday. The man left after the neighbor told him to leave his friend alone, but he saw the same man standing over David, who was lying on the ground. Mm-hmm. So they're pretty sure, and I think I heard this morning that the Ogden cops figured out who that is and have made an arrest in that case. Mm-hmm. Woman out jogging at a park in Magna Sunday night. Somebody ran up and stabbed her twice.
Oh, my gosh.
Unified Police said before the stabbing, 2 or 3 people tried to rob the woman while she was running in the Magna Copper Park.
Don't run there.
The woman didn't have any personal items on her, so the suspect stabbed her and ran away. They could have just run away. Oh, you don't have anything to give us? Because, she's just wearing jogging clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll stab you then.
But why would...
Okay. I don't know. The man charged with starting that horrible fire down at Bryan Head that consumed...
It's his farm. He can do a controlled burn. No controlled burn, sir.
Consumed 100 square miles over and destroyed over a dozen homes. He says, my trial needs to be moved out of this community because everyone hates me.
Well, yes. Because you burned down the community.
Well, and the water, I heard over the weekend, the water down in Panguitch was like they couldn't use it.
You can't drink it. It's boil
Can't drink
order.
it. Yeah.
I'll bet.
Villagers in Jakarta, Indonesia, armed with knives, hammers, and clubs, slaughtered 292 crocodiles in revenge.
Revenge?
For the death of a man who was killed by a crocodile at a breeding farm. There's a pretty disgusting picture at x96.com/live.
Oh, that's tragic.
The photographs released by the Antara News Agency showed bloodied carcasses of the crocodiles in a large heap. The head of Indonesia's Natural Resources Conservation Agency said the 48-year-old victim had entered the crocodile farm and was likely picking grass for animal feed when he was attacked. An employee heard somebody screaming for help. He quickly went there and saw a crocodile attacking someone. After the burial of the man on Saturday, villagers entered the farm and killed all of the crocodiles because they...
That's just wrong.
Yeah. I don't get it. And then...
What's vengeance?
This is... Here's a story. Police say that a child in North Carolina suffered minor injuries because the child was hit by a falling bullet while the kid was in a swimming pool. Winston-Salem police said in a news release the shooting happened late Saturday afternoon. Some kid swimming in a backyard swimming pool, some asshat in the area fires a gun into the air. Wahoo! The bullet has to come down somewhere.
Yeah, but you don't think that. And you don't see that in the cartoons.
That's because you're stupid.
Yeah.
Police didn't identify the child, but said the falling projectile fell through the canopy covering the backyard swimming pool. The child was only a minor injury, fortunately. Jeez. But, geez, come on.
All right. Weather traffic?
Quick look at traffic. There are signal problems at the intersection of 5900 South and State Street. So treat that as a four-way stop. That is causing some delay in that area, 5900 South and State Street. That is traffic. Weather today will be like tomorrow as yesterday was. Highs in the upper 90s. We don't look to even have a chance of rain until maybe Thursday afternoon or Friday, but it will be highs mid-90s to high 90s, lows in the lower 70s. Hot.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Most people underestimate the power of burning hay. A woman accused of setting 2 hay bale fires, causing $20,000 worth of damage at Half Moon Bay, California, says she set the blazes to prevent a zombie apocalypse and a cult massacre.
Well, usually those two don't go together. But
Deputies arrested Monica Louise Berlin of El Granada, California, following a 20-mile car chase during which she live-streamed part of the pursuit on Facebook.
Well, great.
She's accused of burning 900 bales of hay worth $10,800 on June 26, and then another 865 bales of hay worth $9,180 in the same field on July 3rd. According to court documents, Ms. Berlin told firefighters at the first blaze this was about the zombie apocalypse. At the second fire, she told a neighbor she burned the hay to prevent a cult from committing a massacre. She pleaded not guilty to arson and evading arrest. By the way, after the investigation identified her as a suspect, she took off in her car, high-speed chase. Oh, my God, you guys, in her 49-second live stream video, which has since been taken down, I was covering this criminal conspiracy with the police department, and now they're chasing me. It's scary. Oh, my God, they're going to shoot me or something.
I don't want to sound judgmental, but you can see her picture at x96.com/live, her mugshot. Drugs, right?
She's got some problems.
Could be.
Boner candidate number 3, or maybe she's right. Most people underestimate the power of burning hay.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, Sean, you're the only one who thinks it was strong. Fox's Sean Hannity praising Trump as very strong. You are very strong at that Putin meeting, at that summit you guys did, that press conference. Very strong. Boner candidate number 2, someone decapitated the pink one-humper, a beloved camel statue in the Hamptons, painted pink, and it's a one-hump camel. Somebody broke its head off. And boner candidate number 3, most people underestimate the power of burning hay.
All right, it's time to vote for round 1 of your boners. What happens here is you've got these 3 candidates, these 3 stories. You've got to decide which one of these 3 is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and get that 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. All right? Wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 2. We'll do that at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. And then we'll take the winner of that round, put them into the Boner Dome. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. That's when you decide Boner of the Day. So pick 1, 2, or 3, round 1. Here we go. Put that number of the one you think should win in the message of a text. Put that number in the message, and then text that to 33986. You can call, use your voice, talk to Nick in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting July 17 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. This is round one.
The music starts at 10 with a 1 hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
We got the rest of the potato chips.
All right, now we've tried the, so we started with the cappuccino flavored Lay's potato chips.
Which didn't knock us out, but we didn't hate, except for Gina. She
I
hated
hated
them.
them.
Now,
And the wasabi.
Now, they've had 4 new flavors, and people want to call them both. Wasabi. Bill tried the wasabi as well, Bill Frost.
Yep, not hot. Good, not hot.
Yeah.
They're not hot.
Now,
tasty.
But they're flavorful.
Now, I've got the bag of cheddar bacon mac and cheese here. And Gina said of the wasabi, oh, you got your winner right here. My guess is she won't even try the bacon mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not actual cheese in it.
I don't
No,
care.
there is. There is. I read the ingredients. There's like cheese powder or something. This is your winner. She won't even try them. No.
I thought you didn't like cheese not because of the flavor, but because it's cheese. And this is
It's a principle. No, I'm not gonna.
and this is far enough
You're
removed
gonna love it. You're
from
gonna love it.
from cheese
do it.
that
She has standards and principles.
I have totally arbitrary rules.
That's exactly. I think that's your winner.
Now there's one more there. What's
Yeah.
that one?
Mango salsa.
Which
Those are-
somebody in the chat room said tasted like potpourri.
Right.
this isn't bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it actually is potpourri.
Although if you eat a few of those, the bacon mac and cheese, they get kind of too salty.
They're not bad.
And here's the wavy mango salsa.
Wavy mango salsa.
Wavy because
I like the idea of mango
Yeah.
salsa.
No?
No good.
Potpourri? Too sweet?
yeah,
Let's see.
too artificial.
Am I right then, without even tasting the bacon mac and cheese, that the wasabi is the best?
No, the bacon mac and cheese is better.
Well, I think your winner is the bacon mac and cheese, because mainstream America will love that flavor.
Let me see the wasabi again.
No.
Yeah,
You
potpourri.
have those.
I bought them. What do you
Potpourri.
mean no?
Yeah, mango salsa is a hard sell.
Yeah, that's no good. I don't like it.
You can put it on the back of your toilet tank.
Why would you?
Yeah. Out of all of them, I would say the wasabi is the best flavor, but the winner is the bacon mac and cheese. America will vote for that one.
Oh, yeah.
By the
Mango
way-
salsa's weird.
Yeah. By the way, you notice I'm sharing all of my chips. Girl who wouldn't give me a cookie last week.
4 cookies made for me with my name on them. A gift.
Yeah.
Was
Yes.
it 4 cookies that
Yes.
spelled out Gina?
No, but my name was written on the box.
Yeah. I know.
It's different than you buying 4 bags of chips.
It's
not the same thing at all.
I know. It would have been
You
a
could
gift.
replace these chips at any moment
It would have
several
been
times
It
over.
would have been a gift from your heart, which you were unwilling to make to someone who argued for equal wages for you.
You can't drag that out.
Yeah, why not?
It was proposed.
I can't even finish this one mango
They're
salsa.
terrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
Actually, I like the wasabi okay. I like the bacon mac and cheese best.
I had high hopes for the mango salsa one. If it actually tasted like mango salsa.
Too much mango, not enough salsa. That's the problem.
In a
You
couple
got
of
your percentages off.
In a couple of seconds, I'm going to try one of those dog biscuits. That you
They're
put
very
out
good.
For Ripley.
They're peanut butter.
96. Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
7:45. Time to award round one of your boner vote.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by chicken.
Just chicken?
Well, they were chicken thighs.
And how were they?
They were prepared on the grill. I did not cook them with a lot of, what was that spice? Cumin? No, not cumin.
No.
Something.
Nice.
Onions. It was good.
Was it turmeric?
Turmeric. Thank you. It was turmeric.
And by Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. Next week, it's Shark Week. Some lucky voter won 4-pack of tickets to Loveland Living Planet Aquarium.
Well, that was lucky. Let's see. We had boner candidate number 1. Sean, you are the only one who thought that was a strong performance. That's what he told President Trump after he had the press conference with Vladimir Putin. You had a very strong performance there. Very strong. Number 2, someone decapitated the pink one-humper, a beloved camel statue at Surf Lodge in the Hamptons. That's a pink camel made out of, I don't know, whatever. Somebody broke the head off of it. And boner candidate number 3, most people underestimate the power of burning hay. It's a woman who says she set hay bales on fire, causing lots of damage and monetary loss to foil zombies and to foil a murder cult. Shannon won tickets to Shark Week at the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium, and the winner, overwhelmingly, boner candidate number 1, Sean, you are the only one who thinks it was a strong performance.
All right, there's your winner of round 1's voting. It is now, for sure, going to Boner Fight. It now, at this moment, has a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. So it's going to face off against the winner of round 2. That'll happen at 8:20. Yes, we bring you 3 more Boner candidates at 8:20, and then you decide. Then we'll have 2 contenders, the winners of each round. Then we put them into Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you decide. Boner of the Day. Is this sponsored, Richie?
Sure. We'll bring it to you by King Nico is back with a brand new record Friday, July 27th at Urban Lounge. Ticket proceeds will benefit Planned Parenthood. Doors open at 8 p.m. with performances by Seas on Sapphire and Andrew Goldring. Stay tuned to Radio from Hell to win a VIP table. Don't miss King Nico, July 27th at the Urban Lounge.
All right.
Sister Dottie Dixon, she's the one the people recommend. More men bother with the cool gay son, dicey opinions and sagely advice. When more men leaders are sneaking around, Dottie is watching, so they better think twice. Sister Dottie Dixon, she's the one the people recommend. Sister Dottie Dixon.
I like that. I like that. A little play. We play a little longer version of that. I like that. Here she is, Sister Dottie S. Dixon. Good morning.
Good morning. Here I am.
You are in all your glowing loveliness.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
July brings out the.
It
It does.
You just
even
you're
with the heat.
patriotic. I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Sister, I have to tell you, I loved your episode of the Let's Go Eat Show that you did a couple weeks ago. People can get to letsgoeatshow.com. It was great. Fun to hear all
Richie,
about you.
Did you like it?
There was so much about you that I did not know.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned all about, where Sister Dottie comes from and the experience where your son
Donnie
Donnie comes out and where
honeymoon. Bill was going. Oh.
It's funny. I was just speaking about you to a guy I just met on Sunday who lives in Utah County and is experiencing some of the things that you went through with your son Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
He's experiencing with his son. Although in this case, his wife is very, 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 very upset that that their son has.
That's too bad.
Has declared himself to be gay.
Well, I thought you were saying something else for a second.
Democrat.
I was like, has the gay or something? I couldn't figure out what. Yeah.
Has an STD.
Has declared that he is gay, and the father, this guy I was talking to, is supportive of the son. And I was telling him, and he'd not heard your story, and I thought that was kind of odd, but The message needs to get out.
Well, send him and let him look at it on the Facebook.
I will.
And there's all sorts of other tapes on those pages. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is he a Mormon?
Yes.
Well, then tell him to wield that priesthood power.
He's tried, but he's...
Put her down in the basement until she straightens up.
That is by the book, isn't it, Richie?
Sister, we can't do that anymore.
I'll tell him to suggest that rather than do what he has done, and that is move out.
Oh, dear. Well, bless his heart. I like it when dads stick. You know, there's
having a hard time.
dad dragons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No,
yeah, there's mama dragons and dad dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't quite been able to get Don to go to dad dragons.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't that many cowboys there.
Mm-hmm.
He says he'll feel a little out of place. I said, oh, for hell's sakes, just wear a baseball cap and go.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to go, yeah.
Well, Don doesn't speak much anyway. He could just sit and listen.
He could listen, but he could also probably drop a couple of words of wisdom that will just floor the whole group.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think it's great that these groups are all coming together. Did you see him at the Provo Freedom Festival?
Heard
parade?
about it. Sure.
Heard they were there.
Just tons and tons of groups. They let them all in. Well, they had to, or they was going to get sued.
Yeah.
All of our now, you know, on the 24th of July is Fiesta Days down in Spanish Fork.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know it coincides with the big
Yes.
parade
With the
up
Days
here.
of 47.
We compete with
Yes.
the big party.
Oh, and it's a grand parade. It's a grand parade. All of the gay groups, P-Flag, all of them, we got together and wrote a letter to the brethren and said, we don't want you to come to our parade this year.
Really?
Really?
Huh.
You wouldn't let us come to yours. We don't want you to come to ours. Of course, they're going to be in their own parade.
Of course.
They could send a 70 or something as a representative, put him on a horse and just spook the horse. See that old man running down the street.
I don't know if this is what you wanted to talk about today, sister.
Well, it is part of what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about the Fiesta Days parade.
Okay. Well, let me ask you about Fiesta Days. What is a really fun thing? Carrie's been to it.
Yeah.
What's one thing that's really fun about Fiesta Days?
Well, usually City of Fun Carnival comes through.
Okay.
So there's always a carnival. There's
So
the
you get
parade.
carnival food.
Yeah. They used to have the rodeo. I think they still have the rodeo.
I was
don't
just
they?
going to say the rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I was rodeo queen.
Well, once or more than once?
Well, the same year I was Miss Spanish Fork.
All right.
They put Miss Spanish Fork at the beginning of the parade. Then I had to hop off that float, change in the car while Mama drove me to the end of the parade, and that's where they had Miss Fiesta Days queen. And I came by again.
It's true.
People thought I was twins.
Beautiful. Look at that beautiful twin.
Oh, Doris drove so fast. She made. I was surprised.
Mrs. O'Donovan?
My mom. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wanted to tell you what the Fourth Ward is doing for their float.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
We're doing Taco Tuesdays with a scripture chase.
Okay.
That's
the theme of the
theme
float?
of the float.
The float, the whole float. We're making these in Darcy's. Darcy's got a big old quadruple wide garage.
This is your
next
friend,
door neighbor Darcy.
Darcy
and
Fox
Ed
Moreland.
Fox Moreland. Her husband said, "Oh, go ahead," and he moved out all the boats and the motorhomes. So we made paper mache taco shells. They're
Yeah.
giant. They're like 10 feet in circumference.
Okay.
And then we bent them, and then we've sprayed them brown with little touches of yellow to look like taco shells. And then we went and got some of that cardboard stuffing stuff that looks all stringy.
So it's bad for meat.
Looks like
Yeah, it looks like meat. We painted that brown. We put some green lettuce in.
The
We got some
streamers,
tomatoes.
probably,
Yeah. Okay, so by each of these 5 tacos, there's 5 in a row. They're kind of just going down the float. The float's going to be decorated with giant jalapenos and that sort of thing.
Now, Sister Dottie, are you going to be riding on the float?
No, I'm going to drive the truck with Darcy.
You
We're
and
driving
Darcy.
one of Ed's big Dodge Ram truck. We'll wave. Yeah. The first one is going to be the New Testament, and we're going to have a brand new Moses with stone tablets and his taco.
Okay.
Oh, I see. I
Okay.
see. So it's the first. It's the Ten Commandments taco.
Then we have the old. We have the Old Testament. Oh no, the New Testament. John the Baptist in a pair of white Aussie bum Speedos. That was Donnie's, I have to say. He says, if I'm going to help you build this thing, we've got to have somebody in some Aussies.
Yeah, I was thinking you were. So it was John the Baptist. Perhaps you could have the taco, and then you could have Salome with his head on a platter next to the taco.
We've got to go. Okay, Book of Mormon, we're going to have Bishop Henderson dressed as the angel Moroni.
No, we can talk to you again.
Yeah, we'll talk on the other side.
We'll come back and do this other side.
On the other side, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I hear that music. My heart just goes populating.
Just hang on. We'll have some more with you.
Traffic. There is that signal problem at State Street and 5900 South in Murray. Treated as a four-way stop. It is causing delays, but that is the only incident this morning. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more with Sister Dottie S. Dixon after these. Also, Boners Round 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce the 2018 X96 Toyota Big Ass Show.
with Carrie Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
A Mormon mother with a cool gay son. Dicey opinions and sagely advised.
All right, we're back with Sister Dottie Dixon. She is the, as you heard there, the Mormon mother of a cool gay son, Donnie Dixon, and she's from Utah County, and she comes up here and talks to us about once a month about what's going on in her life. We always love seeing you, Sister Dottie.
Thank you. I love coming up. It's always a joy.
And you, while you're up here, do you usually do a little shopping too?
I usually do get out and get some stuff done. Today I'm getting the stuff ready for the 24th. In the backyard.
So we were talking about Fiesta Days and the float that you were doing.
For those who don't know, Fiesta Days is the Spanish Fork City celebration.
24th of July, we have a big celebration, rodeo, carnival. When last we was talking, I had just described 5 giant taco shells
on your float,
full of taco stuffings on the Fourth Ward float. And I was going to tell you, so each taco is very realistic. You'll have to drive down and see this. You want to almost bite them.
Okay.
Number 1 is from the Old Testament, and as I said, it is a brand new Moses with some stone tablets and a taco in his hand. Yeah, cute. Number 2 is the New Testament, and it's John the Baptist in a pair of white Aussie Speedos.
Okay.
That was Donnie's edition. He's not going to play that role, though.
No.
Oh, no?
I said absolutely not. Yeah. Number 3 is the Book of Mormon. And we have Bishop Henderson dressed as the Angel Moroni. With
In a Speedo?
A taco.
Oh, with a...
No, he's in his bishop's outfit.
Okay.
And number 4 is the Doctor in Covenants. And we've got cute young Dr. Thorsten, Matt Thorsten, it's Grace's son. He's holding a big, oversized pearl.
Of great price.
Yes. You get it? You get it? We're not real subtle. Okay. And then the last one is, it's a Mormon family eating tacos with no word of wisdom violations.
Oh, so there's just sparing meat in there, sparingly.
Well, yes, and there's no beer.
No beer.
And
Okay.
there's no,
Yeah. No cocaine.
No Coke.
crystal meth.
No Coca-Cola.
No Coca-Cola.
None of that.
It could be Diet Coke.
It could be Diet.
Because now Diet Coke's allowed.
Is it really cheap?
Well,
they've let it on the BYU campus.
Don't start this.
This is a whole...
Okay, well, I didn't hear that. I just stick to Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't have to worry about any of it.
Good.
It's got the caffeine. Okay, so Fiesta Days is on the 24th of July. Come to Spanish Fork. I loved it yesterday when you used Carlin and Festus and Nick and Dylan as your MC.
Oh, good.
And Richie today. I haven't missed Gina nearly as much.
Well, neither have I.
Oh, haven't you missed?
No, I've missed her.
I love. I'm glad that you brought the kids in and let them have a father, son, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, Carlin, my son Carlin.
Yeah.
it was nice to see him.
It was a fun show.
Good.
Now,
if people missed it, by the way, they can go to x96.com and download the podcast.
Now, next time you do this, Sister Dottie got a lot of votes because people were telling me on Facebook, I'm voting for you.
Yeah.
I'd like to audition.
Okay.
Well, okay. You could be you could host
I
something.
was saying we had too many guys in here that day.
Yeah.
I'd love to come up and just audition a little segment.
Sure. Okay.
You think I have the talent?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
You're not trying to tell me
No.
something or
Listen,
nothing.
you are a talent.
Well,
You've done your show. I've seen your one-woman show.
Well, thank you
Well, it's
so
not.
much.
It's not really a one-woman show. There are some minor characters.
Well, there's Darcy.
Darcy.
Yeah. She's minor.
Yeah.
You keep her there. You keep her there.
Yeah, she's staying. Okay, and then everybody keeps asking me, Sister, when are we going to see you again? When are we going to see you again? I am going to be co-hosting Pie and Beer Day at the Beer Bar.
Ah, good.
Yeah, and I'm making 10 Crunchy Curl coconut pies in honor of Mayor Jackie Biskupski.
I got it. Crunchy Curl because of her hair.
She's had a hard month. Pray for her.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
That inland port thing.
Oh, I know.
I don't understand it at all.
Her hairdresser says she's had to be in 3 times this month just for blonde touch-ups.
So Pie and Beer Day, is that actually on what day is that?
It's on the 24th.
It's on the 24th.
So I'll do the morning in Spanish, driving the taco truck with Darcy. Then we'll come to Salt Lake to Pie and Beer Day.
It's our good friend Bad Brad Wheeler.
Bad Brad. Yeah. And so he and I are the co-hosts.
Well, I'll stop by.
Okay. How much time do I have?
Oh, you got about 3 minutes?
Oh, perfect. I want to share something with everybody for the 24th of July. This is Sister Dottie's famous original Frito pie recipe.
Good. Oh, yes. I love it.
Okay. Like it? Fritos was invented in 1932. Did you know that?
I did not.
And my grandma, Darlene Dixon, she was one of the very first lovers of Fritos. Fritos was invented in
by the
Texas
Frito band
by C.E. Doolin.
Oh, I thought it was by the Frito Bandito.
That's what I thought. But
that's had a long history. I love Fritos. Okay, to make the Frito pie, in a large oven-safe serving dish, pour an entire big giant bag of Fritos.
Okay.
Then spread them out.
Bag Cheetos. Okay.
Heat
do
the
you smash them?
No, you don't want to
Oh, no.
smash.
Okay.
You want the whole
Okay.
crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no,
One bag
Richie.
Cheetos.
Fritos.
Come on.
You heat a big thing of chili and pour it over the corn chips.
Hot chili.
You add some other ingredients such as tomato, lettuce, onion, jalapeno. Sprinkle the cheese over the top of the ingredients and place it in the serving dish at 350 Fahrenheit for just a few minutes until the cheese is melted. Serve the Frito pie immediately. This is quick and easy because you got most of the ingredients
Very
in your
quick.
house. It's very good.
Now, just to clarify, you probably should not put the lettuce on until after you take it out of the
Yeah,
oven.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, any good cook knows there are
Sure.
things that go in the oven, and afterwards it's garni.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
You put your garni on your
your
Frito pie.
garni comes on lit. You can put a dollop of sour cream on too if you want.
Oh, gotta.
That sounds delicious. What about if you threw? So you got the Fritos, you've got the canned chili. What if you threw a can of corn in there and kind of mixed it in?
Bill, you can do whatever you like,
Niblets.
honey. I give you permission
on
to
top.
alter Sister Dottie's original recipe
Corn
however
on
you
top.
want. Yeah.
All right.
Or a few little raw jalapenos.
Yeah. Okay.
More than is called for.
I'm gonna
Don likes his hot.
I'm gonna make a Frito pie.
Okay, make it.
It's easy.
Tell me if you like it.
Delicious.
If people want to find that recipe, can they find it on your
I'll
Facebook
get
page?
it on the Facebook page today. And I'd like to encourage people to go to Dottie Dixon. People can never get on her. Right now, there's about 10 spots.
On the Dottie Dixon Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, that's the one you have to pay money to get on nearly. And, but then Sister Dottie S. Dixon, that's just been exploding. I don't know why.
Well,
I think it's because she talks about Donald Trump more on that one.
Oh, you talk about Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I talk about Donald Trump a lot.
Well, it's a big subject.
It's a big, orange, gooey subject.
Yeah. Well, let's all have Frito pie in honor of Fiesta Days and the 24th of July.
And I'll be back next month. And I appreciate coming in.
It's always lovely. Give my best to Don. I haven't seen Don for a long time.
Yes, I'll give him.
Actually, I've only seen him about 3 times, and I
now that you mention it,
I
yeah.
think I have exchanged 2 words with him.
He's
in
not.
3
He's
times.
not a big speaker.
No, he is not.
Do you want me to tell Donnie hello?
Yes,
That'd
tell Donnie
tickle
hello.
him pink from
Yeah.
all 3 of you.
Yes, please.
Let's do a 1, 2, 3. Hello, Donnie. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, Donnie.
Oh, he's just home and giggling.
And Don, here's what Don always says to me, Bill. That's what he knows who I am. He knows who I am.
Yes.
He walks by and he goes, Bill.
And that's a long conversation.
That is.
Okay, bye now.
Thank you, Dottie. All right, let's check the traffic for you on your drive back to Utah County.
Snowbird season passes are now on sale, and they offer the most benefits of any pass in Utah. Experience 2,500 acres of legendary terrain and the longest season in Utah this winter. Learn more at snowbird.com. Ooh, there's lots. The State Street 5900 South, the light there is causing problems. Treat that as a 4-way stop. There is a crash northbound at 2100 North in Lehigh on I-15. That is between 10 and 15 minutes delay. There is a crash, let's see here, I-15 northbound at Bangerter Highway. There is a crash US 40 up by where it splits from Park City to like Wanship and Heber City. There's another one eastbound Bangerter Highway at 700 West in Salt Lake. I don't know what the deal is. It's clear outside. Drive more careful. That's traffic.
Here are your boner candidates for round 2. Boner candidate number 1, Despicable Him. Boner candidate number 2, Nobody harvests tobacco like a 12-year-old. And boner candidate number 3, Death Camp Souvenirs.
All right, you've got all three of those boner candidates for round 2 coming up next, along with big boy news and Opinnuendo. Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce the 2018 X96 Toyota Big Ass Show.
Now, I got this email from Marianne Daly. And it says, hi, Bill, longtime friend of the program. Listen and love the show. Nothing makes me my morning better. I work from home, so I always have the radio on, and more often than not, find myself laughing really, 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 really hard out loud, of course. I identify with you most of the time of the three. So it says, anyway, Marianne goes on to say, I'm writing lately due to the interns. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Matt. What a smart, charming, and funny man.
I didn't know I was on the webcam.
She didn't say anything about the way you looked
Oh,
at
okay.
this point. Smart, charming, and funny. Shows real interest in radio. He's one to keep around.
Really?
Keeper.
Oh, and he brought you Patron Silver. He rocks. He also has that radio voice. Forget that Guthrie guy. Oh no, it says Gumthrie.
Guthrie?
Yeah, forget Gumthrie.
That's Guthrie's evil twin. Yeah.
Sorry, he just didn't do anything for me. And try to work it out so that Matt has some more radio time.
Ooh.
That would be sweet.
Matt, you are so cute.
I know.
And funny.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, Marianne.
Wow.
Now, I just wonder if this would change Marianne's opinion at all. This is an email that I got from Matt.
From this Matt?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, was this the one I sent on Monday?
I suppose so.
When you weren't here.
Yeah. Today, says Matt. Oh, it says subject. Hello, my name is Matt Timian, and I know how to offend the CEO of Simmons like no other. Today I wore a T-shirt that says Godweiser on the front and This Blood's for You on the back. Of course, it's a parody shirt.
Of course.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was meant to be serious and worn by Christians. I often find gems like these and wear them as a parody of a parody. Witty and original, I know. Anyway, the CEO of Simmons, I suppose he means Craig Hansen?
Yes,
it was Craig.
Craig was walking by me in the hallway with another gentleman in a suit, and after walking past me, they both stopped, turned around, and looked at my shirt. I pretended not to notice.
Looked at the ceiling.
I then heard them say, "We have some really interesting people working here." They continued to mumble about how interesting I am, and then walked up the stairs.
You're making it sound a lot more positive than it really was.
Yes, I'm not taking it as positive at all. Yes, I know how to make an impression. Now I'm certain to get a job. Matt Timian. So, Marianne, there's just more evidence.
It's probably making her more hot for him.
Probably is.
Well,
here's Marianne's email, Matt, if you'd like to
thank
contact
you.
her.
That would be great.
Maybe she could help you with the crock pots and the little smokies.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Matt Timian,
Oh,
our intern.
him and Marianne.
Matt and Marianne.
How nice.
I don't know. He's 2 divorces down already. I don't.
Well, if I could counsel Matt on anything, I'd just say don't do it again. Don't get married again.
Date all you want.
Date all you want, have a girlfriend, but don't marry again.
I don't trust Matt as far as I can throw him.
Really?
I think you should try to throw him.
I can't throw him. I can throw him an inch. That's how much I trust him.
Oh, I'm sure you can do more than an inch.
2 inches, maybe. I just can't. I'm kind of weak. You should know that about me. I'm weak.
I just thought you meant more.
Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 8:18 right now. And remember that information because you're going to need it here in about 15 minutes because it's time for round 2 of your boner voting. Presenting to you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will consume them with your ear hole. You will consider them. And then you'll decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and get that chance to become Boner of the Day. Yes, if it wins here, it has to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. That happened an hour ago. You missed that. So we'll take both of the winners, put them into the Boner Dome. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. That's when you will decide Boner of the Day. So consider your contender now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
a Boner T-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. We get emails at least once a week where people are like, "What? Who are your car guys again?" It's Excel Automotive Repair.
I'm going there today.
Are you?
Yeah.
They're located at 3300 South and 3rd East.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing at me because you wanted me to say it.
Okay, you do it.
Well, I mean, you just pointed at me while you were 33rd. Excel Automotive Repair on 33rd South and 3rd East.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, are we done?
Uh-huh.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Despicable Him. A Florida man has been arrested after attacking a blind, mentally handicapped man dressed in a Minion costume who was standing on a popular boardwalk in Florida on Sunday, officials said. Daytona Beach police said in a news release that Jamie Rome was costumed as a yellow cylindrical minion from the movie Despicable Me.
Okay.
Working outside Jungle George's on Daytona Beach's boardwalk, doing a promotion for the store, when he was approached by a group of people. A man later identified as Ryan Nyhart came up behind Mr. Rome, lifted him up and dropped him on the pavement. And then when Mr. Rome stood up and tried to get his bearings, Mr. Nyhart kicked him and knocked him down again. As Nyhart was doing this, he was being encouraged by 2 other people. Yeah, get him! Boo!
Yeah, the phone's out filming it.
Police said...
there it is.
Yeah. There they are,
X96.com/live.
knocking the minion around.
What? Why would you?
Because they're drunken hats. Mr. Rome, who was in the Minion costume, is legally blind. He said, I love playing the Minion. The little kids come up to me and they give me hugs and stuff, and it makes my day. The costume was damaged.
Yeah, he's being a real jerk, not like...
No, he's...
Like spinning him around.
Now that guy is Mr. Rome, the guy who's in the costume.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 1, Despicable Him. There's boner candidate number 2. Nobody harvests tobacco like a 12-year-old. In the United States, children under the age of 18 are legally barred from purchasing cigarettes or other tobacco products, but they are allowed to harvest tobacco on farms.
It teaches them good work ethic.
Despite a worldwide decline in production, tobacco remains North Carolina's most valuable crop. In 2017, the total value of tobacco harvesting produced in the United States was just under $725 million. The Fair Labor Standards Act, which governs child labor, makes exceptions to child labor laws for small farms and allows hires as young as 12 for larger ones. During tobacco picking season, some of the smaller farms in North Carolina will hire kids as young as 7 years old.
If they can pick, they can get paid.
Tobacco farmers say they need the extra labor, especially during harvest season. And in rural North Carolina, kids say they need the work to help support their families because it's a poor area.
Okay.
It's kind of a legacy in eastern North Carolina. The U.S. government, though, has acknowledged that the risks of tobacco farming are high. Not just from accidents, but from exposure to the tobacco leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Continued exposure to the tobacco leaves will make you sick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You get headaches. You get headaches. My stomach hurts. Said 16-year-old Elena G.
Do you absorb it?
Yes. who's worked in the tobacco field since she was 12. I get nauseous. I feel like my stomach is rumbling around and I'm going to throw up. But they keep doing it. They keep allowing them to do it because, well, here's a suggestion, though. You know how they used to, when kids were bad kids here in Utah, they'd send them to the pineapple picking in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Well, they don't got no pineapple picking in Hawaii anymore. There are no more pineapple farms. Send them down to pick tobacco.
There you
if
go.
They're bad kids. That's what you do.
It's just as humid.
Send them to the tobacco picking. Boner candidate number 2. Nobody harvests tobacco like a 12-year-old. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Death Camp Souvenirs.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
X96 is proud to welcome 21 pilots. It's the Bandito Tour, and it's coming to the Vivint Smart Home Arena on Tuesday, November 13th. You can purchase your tickets first by registering at 21pilots.com/Bandito Tour, or you can win them right now by texting the word complicated. Do I need to spell it?
Yes.
COMPLICATED, complicated, to the number 33986. The 96 texter will win a pair of tickets to the show.
Damn mischievous goat. Causing all kinds of problems in Cherokee, Oklahoma. This damn goat. He's just a normal goat. He eats a lot of what goats do, but then he hangs out at local bars, outside of local bars, and gets into standoffs with people coming out of the bar.
Oh yeah?
Now, this goat, this mischievous goat, has a name that tells me that he was named by a child. His name is Whitey. Whitey the goat. Says we started getting animal complaints about him. He was running loose, and somewhere along the way we tagged him with the name. Oh, now we're calling him Kevin.
Kevin? Kevin the goat?
Hey, Kevin the goat.
But then see, his real name's Whitey, but we didn't know that, said the police chief in Cherokee. And so now we started calling him Kevin. He's been a regular for some time in town, and he likes to hang out outside of bars, and people come out, and he starts giving them what for. They're making a documentary, Carrie, about the early career of David Bowie.
Yes, I saw this. This is interesting because there was also a documentary made a while ago about the last 5 years of his life. So now we
kind of bookends.
So we don't have anything in the middle. Maybe we need.
That wasn't very interesting in the middle.
It'll be called The First 5 Years. It'll be a companion to 5 Years, which arrived in 2013.
That's the one I'm talking about.
The last 5 years.
It's in my DVR. I'm about halfway through it.
No production details have been made available, but it's likely that the subject matter will be from the era of 1962, which I had no idea went back that far, to 1967, for much of which Bowie was still known as Davy Jones.
Yeah, it was pop stuff.
And during that period, he left school after telling his parents he wanted to be a pop star. He worked as an electrician and went through early bands, the Conrads, the King Bees, the Manish Boys, the Lower Third, and the Buzz. 1967, his first solo single, The Laughing Gnome, failed to chart. His debut album, David Bowie, did nothing. At one point, he declared his intention to get out of music and become a mime. But that interest led him in his enrollment to a dance class, and that fired up his interest in his image. And there you go. That lack of early success is what made the David Bowie that we know. And, of course, he was called Whitey at some point.
Yeah. Now they just call him.
Donald Trump, during an interview with Sean Hannity, accused his predecessor, President Obama, of rigging the ongoing Russia investigation against him.
Set it up before he left the office.
And instructing an FBI agent to carry out the task during an interview with Hannity. He said FBI agent Peter Strzok, a former member of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation team, has long been a target.
No.
They say that he was set up by Obama to get him.
So this one guy was going to tank an entire campaign.
Yeah. Calling Strzok a disgrace to our country, Trump said, you have to find out who did Peter Strzok report to, because it was James Comey, and it was former FBI Director Andy McCabe, and it was probably also Obama. If you think that Obama didn't know what was going on, well. And Sean Hannity goes, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
No, Obama did know what was going on. He talked about it. He said the Russians are meddling in the election. You knew about it. You were briefed. When you were made the candidate, you were briefed on all of this stuff. You
No, but
knew
that's
all
different, Kerry.
I was never briefed on
I don't know anything about it.
I asked Putin, and Putin said...
You were both given, you and Hillary were given the same information, and Hillary talked about it at a debate. And you said...
Wrong.
Yeah. No puppet. You're the puppet.
Mosquitoes have tested positive for West Nile virus.
West Nile virus?
West Nile.
Oh, it's vile.
West Nile virus.
And it'll get you right in the virus, right there.
Oh, my gosh.
I am really tired. Mosquitoes have tested positive for West Nile virus.
Where?
3 Utah counties. Let's see. Box Elder, Davis, and Uinta. Oh, we're okay then.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's coming.
This is the week during the summer that we've had positive pools, said Rebecca Ward, health educator for the Utah Department of Health. She said a pool is a group of dozens of mosquitoes collected in certain areas tested for the disease. Box Elder Mosquito Abatement District. The mosquitoes in Box Elder came from Willard Bay, North Marina. Okay, so that should be something you should be aware of. And so just everybody be aware that West Nile virus season has started. 1 in 5 people, if they get bit by one of these mosquitoes, will develop some symptoms. It'll be like joint aches and muscle. Maybe that's what I've got today. Muscle aches and symptoms like that, maybe vomiting, diarrhea, rash. In some rare cases, it will lead to serious neurological damage. So get out your DEET, because DEET isn't really good for you either. But
it's about the only thing that'll work.
Yeah. Despite a firm objection from the building's ownership group, Ogden City has placed the old First Security Bank building in downtown Ogden on its local historic registry. The Ogden City Council voted unanimously to designate the building as a historic resource. The action makes it so that any significant changes, including demolishing the building, would have to be approved by the Ogden City government.
Good. It's a gorgeous building.
It is indeed, and it's. I think it's vacant. I don't think there's anybody in this building right now, or not much. It was built in 1927 by the First Security Corporation. You know, the First Security Bank empire was founded by prominent Ogden residents: Mariner Eccles, George Eccles, Mariner Browning, and they started First Security Bank in Ogden, and then it became a big deal worldwide.
It should be on the historic registry.
D-Money?
X96.com/live.
Pick that up, Deloy.
It's the tallest building in Ogden. Now, I grew up in Ogden, and it is one of the remaining beautiful buildings in Ogden. Everything else has been torn down.
Yeah.
They have torn down so much beautiful stuff.
Isn't there like a bar or a club at the bottom of it?
No, you're thinking of
Or am I thinking of a different?
You're thinking of the
the
Ben
hotel,
Lomond.
the Ben Lomond. That's it.
Which is also kind of a cool place.
We're very proud about the town. This is a decent town. We'll have no trouble here.
And Mandalay Bay, the owners of Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas.
No, I didn't read this story, but I read the headline and
are suing the victims of last year's Las Vegas concert shooting.
In a great PR move.
Yeah. Now, they're doing it because
it's a countersuit, right?
There are people suing the Mandalay Bay saying that you were negligent and this guy could have been prevented by hotel security from using that room and shooting at us from the window.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether there's a case there or not, the court should decide. Plaintiffs, but the hotel, the MGM, is now suing them. They believe the reason is they want to get the lawsuit kicked out of local and put into federal courts, where they feel they would have a better chance of fending off these lawsuits by the people who are, the victims. MGM spokeswoman said Monday of the company's lawsuits, the federal court is an appropriate venue for these cases and provides those affected with the opportunity for a timely resolution. Years of drawn-out litigation and hearings are not in the best interests of the victims and the community, and those still healing. So That's why they say they're doing it for the benefit of the people who are suing. But I'd be a little suspicious of that.
Yep.
This is a bizarre story. A Chicago dad found beaten to death in his home over the weekend, left behind 43 children. Police say John Hearing, 63, discovered unconscious Sunday afternoon in his upstairs apartment on the west side. Family members said Mr. Hearing, who is known as Nicholas, is survived by 43 kids.
All natural? His
daughter-in-law, Gwen Bridgeforth, said that he was a long-time resident in the neighborhood. I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the nicest man you'd ever want to meet. We don't know why he was beaten. No one has been arrested in his death. At this point, police are investigating the murder. I believe they were all his natural kids.
Interesting.
He had strong sperm, and he used it repeatedly. Well, at least 43 times.
At least.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Weather and traffic.
Sports weather traffic, actually.
Sports, Bryce Harper, he's great. You can start caring about baseball now, too, because they have so many games, and it's the All-Star game and all that. Now you can start caring because...
When's the actual All-Star game?
I want to say it's today. Okay. I don't know. I should know, being the sports desk, but in true Gina fashion, I'll just say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that the Utah Royals are taking on North Carolina on Friday. And if you want to go to that game, you can get tickets at rsl.com. And that Real Salt Lake is in town this Saturday at Rio Tinto. Also, you can get tickets at rsl.com. And it's the round 2 of the battle for the Rocky Mountain Cup with the Colorado Rapids. So that is sports. I know that weather is brought to you by getting unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with the Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. And I know that it's going to be hot. I know that we're not going to even get a slight chance of rain until Thursday night at the soonest, maybe Friday during the day. Mid-90s to higher 90s for the highs, mid-70s to low 70s for the lows. It's just summer in Utah right now. And a quick look at traffic lets me know that there is a crash northbound I-15 at milepost 282. So that's Lehigh, and it's causing a lot of delays, between 20 and 30 minutes of delays as you make your way northbound. So be prepared for that, especially those that are making their way into work in Salt Lake. Southbound I-15 at Bangerter Highway, there is a crash. There is also some slowing due to that crash northbound on southbound I-15 around Lehigh. People trying to see what's going on. Just drive on, pal. That's it.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Death camp souvenirs. Some Hungarian tourists were busted Saturday trying to steal bricks from the crematorium at a Nazi death camp, Auschwitz, as a souvenir. Another tour saw the man and the women pilfering pieces of the Auschwitz, Poland death camp, where occupying Nazis murdered 1 million Jews and 100,000 others, including gypsies, Catholics, and war prisoners. And they alerted authorities to this uncouth, or if you will, boner behavior. The man and the woman were charged with theft of a cultural asset. They both admitted to wrongdoing. They said, well, we just wanted a souvenir. We didn't know it was wrong.
Oh, boy.
It's not yours.
Auschwitz was the
It's
largest
just lying there.
of the Nazi death camps. It's now a state-run museum.
Jeez.
Have you ever been? I know you guys
No.
have been to Europe. You've
No.
never been to a concentration camp?
Ed has been.
I knew that he had.
Boner candidate number 3, death camp souvenirs.
I don't know if I'd go.
It's interesting.
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
I would go to sort of get the feeling and to know about it, but I went to, is it the museum in Washington, D.C.?
The Holocaust Museum.
The Holocaust Museum. That was sad and reverent and, oh my gosh.
More people need to go to that museum because I keep reading about how people don't either believe that it happened or they're just not aware. They weren't taught about it.
Well, and you think about it, I mean, it's a couple generations removed now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, remember? Despicable Him. This blind and mentally challenged guy who likes to dress up as a minion from the Despicable Me movie, and he helps, I think it's a toy store, do some advertising
Stand out in front of the store. Hey.
Some people, grabbed him and kicked him around and beat him up. Despicable Him. That's boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. Nobody harvests tobacco like a 12-year-old. Let me tell you. It is legal for kids as young as, 12, but even younger, 7, 8, 9. And it's a tradition to have them help harvest the tobacco in North Carolina. And they get sick from the exposure to the tobacco leaves. And boner candidate number 3, Death Camp Souvenirs.
All right, let's go. This is round 2. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to get that chance to become Boner of the Day? 1, 2, or 3. You decide of this round. Which one is your contender? We're going to throw it into the Boner Dome at 9:20 with the winner of round 1's vote. So our 2 contestants will go head-to-head, and one of them will become Boner of the Day. But right now, you've got to pick your contender for round 2. Who are we going to send to Boner Dome? 1, 2, or 3? Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text and text it to 33986. Pretty easy. Most people vote that way. Others call. Nick will take your vote in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting July 17 and vote there. Either way, you've got less than 300 seconds to do it here for round 2. Pick your contender. Let's go.
course, Gina on X96.
All right, 8:45, time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by PETA.
And by Excel Automotive Repair, where one lucky person got a boner T-shirt.
Okay. Let's see, we had boner candidate number 1. That was Despicable Him. The guy dressed as in a Minions costume, and he's he's blind. He's got mental problems, but he likes standing out in front of the toy store in a Minion costume, just harmless, and some
jerks.
One particular guy knocking him around.
The other guy's just as much to be blamed. He's there with his phone out and egging him on to beat him up. No, hit him.
And then boner candidate number 2, that was called Despicable Him. Boner candidate number 2, nobody harvests tobacco like a 12-year-old. Yes, it is allowed. Children as young as 7, actually, allowed to harvest tobacco in North Carolina. And boner candidate number 3, death camp souvenirs. Oh, we didn't know it was wrong to try and take bricks from the crematorium at the Auschwitz death camp. We just wanted a souvenir. Jim won the boner T-shirt. And I thought for sure that boner candidate number 3 would pull it out and win, but
Good.
no.
I'm number 1.
Boner candidate number 1.
Good, because number 1 is terrible.
All right, there you go. That is your winner of round 2. It now goes to Boner Dome to face the winner of round 1. Those 2 candidates, you'll listen to them at 9:20, and that's when you will decide who is, of those 2, boner of the day.
Yeah. So I think it was, it was on Friday. What was the 10th?
Mm-hmm.
Was that Friday? We had a discussion on the show here about the book club that I've been going to for a while now. And I decided really it's not a book club, it's a study group.
Yeah, with food, with treats.
Yeah, with
and books.
And booze.
Yeah.
Wine, always wine.
I contend there's not actually any discussion of book at all.
No, it's very much a study group. You study, then Michael, the professor, the teacher, calls a break.
Mm-hmm.
We take a break, drink some wine, eat some food.
And see, Gina told me about her book club, and it sounds very much like that.
It's not. I can almost guarantee that this is more of it's more of a study group
as opposed to
them sitting around talking about popular fiction.
So that's the difference.
And gossiping about each other's husbands.
So subject material is what you're saying is different.
A lot of it.
The format sounds the same.
It sounds, yeah. And to me, books are books. I don't care what you're reading. So.
Yeah, just books.
It's books.
But at any rate, so we had this discussion and, back and forth and da-da-da. And now the people in my study group are, as I have mentioned, all mostly retired. I think all of them are retired people. And all of them are liberals. They're very liberal people. So older, these are people in their late 60s or 70s and in some cases 80s.
Okay.
Who are exceptionally liberal. We have the tendency sometimes to think of all the people, liberal people in the world, they're just young people.
Sure.
There are no old liberals. Well, there are plenty of
old hippies.
Plenty of people who are plenty liberal and in their 70s and 80s and so on. So, but at any rate, they don't really know me very well. They sort of have found that I do a radio show. That's what they know.
But you told them that.
Yeah, I've told them that. But I haven't described it really that much. They haven't asked much about it. They don't really care. No, they don't care. They don't care, and that's not why we're there. We're there to discuss literature. And now these people are retired judges, retired professors, and people like that. And so the radio show has been really of no consequence to them until yesterday. Peggy, the woman whose home the club is, or the study group is held in, said at the break, she said, before we go to break and drink wine, I want to bring this up. Bill, and she held up this business card and she said, I was having my hair done at the it's called the Bauhaus Salon, and it's on 6th Avenue up in the Avenues. And she said, I was talking about the study group here and talking about the book that we're talking about, Abelard and Eloise, and the letters of Abelard and Eloise. Mm-hmm. And the stylist Jennifer said, wait a minute, what? I heard all about this on the radio. I listened to the Radio from Hell show, and they were talking about whether it was a study group or a book club, and Abelard and Eloise and all. And she said, and then everybody in the club went, "What? We've been on the radio? Wow!"
I'm not sure about that choice of name.
Everyone in the group, not the club.
Yes, excuse me. Thank you, Carrie, for keeping on.
All I know is that someone's hairstylist is commenting on the study group.
The study group.
Okay.
And now, so suddenly, they really didn't care one way or another about what I did until this happened. And now they're all, what? Where is your? And I've told them before, but now where is that radio show?
Is that AM?
And what is it? Yeah. And what? And is there a way we could hear this? And
radio?
Well, they were interested in, and they are all certainly intelligent people, and they're smart enough to know that there might be some way that I could provide them with the discussion, which I believe I can do. I think we can take a clip, but it's just fascinating to me that's how something like that would spread. That now, and I would. Oh, that whole discussion started, by the way. Remember, with me giving. It started because I gave Miriam that wicked knife,
yes,
as a gift, and Miriam is probably 90, and she's as deaf as a post. And I said, "I'm going to talk about you on the radio, Miriam." She said, "It's okay, I won't hear it anyway." Yeah. She said, so that's how that discussion started.
Sure.
Miriam, yesterday, I said to her when I walked in, I said, let me see your hands. What? Why? Let me see your hands. Yep, you've got all your fingers still.
So she hasn't used the knife.
Well, she said, she went, what? And I said, the knife? Oh! And then she said, I showed my husband that knife.
Mm-hmm.
He was born and lived in the roughest neighborhood of New York, in, I think, the Bronx. She said he knows what there's a loop, a hole on the end of the knife, kind of a loop thing made out of metal. And I thought it was just to twirl it on your finger, you know. She said he knows what that's for. It's a you put your finger through it in such a way that it gives you extra leverage for cutting really good.
Mm-hmm.
For cutting people really good. I thought that was fascinating, too. But there they are. These people now are interested in the Radio from Hell show.
Let me ask you this. Have they now, at the end of your study group yesterday, did they go, now, Bill, are we going to hear about this on tomorrow's show? Or, you know what would be a really funny bit? Do they do the...
No, they don't.
Okay.
They haven't yet. But I feel...
But they will.
I feel that when I provide them, and I have an email, there's a study group list, an email list, and I'm just going to blast it out. Well, no, I'll blast it out to the ones I know. Because there are like 40 people on that list, and only there's usually about 12 or 13 people there. It's just been a big, this study group has been together for years. So people have come and gone, but they just keep everybody on the list. My brother-in-law, who lives in California, is still on the list.
How did you get invited to this?
Because of a family member. My wife's cousin, Lonnie, a retired opera singer, is married to Michael, the retired professor of English and literature at the University of Utah. She is married to Michael, and Michael conducts the group. And Lonnie is married, and she comes every week. And so we were having dinner, and they were talking about the study group, and I said, oh, that sounds interesting. And they said, Lonnie and Michael said, well, why don't you come? And so I went, well, this is kind of fun. I like these folks. They're unique. They're interesting.
Can you get a whole group photo for us? So we
I could probably.
Do it.
Yeah, next, we're going to take a week off because of Pioneer Day.
Well, sure.
But
the next time you do it, get a group photo.
Yeah, when we take the wine break. The problem with the wine break.
This sounds like Gina's book club.
The problem with it's a study group, Carrie. the problem with the break where you drink the wine and have the snacks, and people take turns bringing the stuff in.
Yeah.
And I usually
like a treat bucket, but for
it's not a
liberal.
treat bucket.
But like a treat bucket.
No, it's not like a treat bucket in the slightest.
You get assigned it every week, and then you have to bring it. That's like a treat bucket.
Richie, it's not a treat bucket. Yesterday there was, there were hors d'oeuvres from. There was a caprese salad. There was artichoke dip with vegetables and special Parmesan cheese crackers. This is not a treat bucket. And wine, expensive.
Come on,
wine.
Carrie.
Sounds like it could be a treat. It sounds like a book
It's
club.
a pretentious treat bucket. That's what it sounds like to me.
It's a study group with sustenance and wine. But I could probably. But the problem is when Michael rings the bell, which is a Tibetan prayer bowl.
Of course it is.
Yeah, brass prayer bowl. And nobody will leave the table to go back to the discussion in the study group.
A quick look at traffic lets us know that crash northbound I-15 around Lehigh, 2100 north, still bad, causing between 10 and 30 minutes of delays. They don't have a time estimated to clean that up, but it is bad. Southbound I-15 around Bangerter Highway at 700 West in Salt Lake here. And Payson, Carrie, 5600 West and 104th South in Payson.
We used to be number one in Payson.
We did. I don't know what happened.
There's a crash out there. That is your final look at traffic.
We aren't as fresh-faced as we used to be.
I guess.
That's what it is.
Payson demanding the fresh face.
Yeah. By the way, the stylist, Jennifer Lee. That's who.
All right.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Let's see. Tuesday Tunes with Todd coming up after these.
And
Stand by.
If you get into any trouble, these are the guys you need to talk to, the advocates. UtahAdvocates.com is their website. Now, they're personal injury attorneys. And so, as such, they don't charge you any money unless they get you a settlement. So if they decide to take your case, you know they're going to work hard for you.
Absolutely.
And the advocates they're different than some of these other big, injury firms that you see advertised all over the place. They're small group.
Smaller group. That means you get more personalized attention. You're not just, one of 100.
Right. You're always talking to an attorney, not a paralegal, not somebody who just kind of minds the cases.
Yeah.
And they take a personal interest in you, and they really are nice guys. Matt Driggs, who sort of runs the whole show there at the Advocates, would not have it any other way. You have to be nice and caring. So 801-355-5550 for a free case evaluation. You can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you can do the same thing on their website. There is a chat feature there, always ready to go. It's UtahAdvocates.com.
I have a 7-year-old, so
exactly,
who's starting competition soccer.
Say goodbye to the rest of your weekends for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm saying. It all starts tomorrow. They have a tournament tomorrow. They have a game at 11. No, they have a game at 2. They have a game at 7. Friday they have a game at 11, and we're going to be up at Snowbird. So somehow I have to get from Snowbird to. This is going to be. This is my life now.
I would suggest using your car. I think you would use your car.
Let me ask you a question. Was it his idea to play
yes.
soccer?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because that's when you need to have the talk with him and say, look, okay, I understand you want to play soccer, but guess what? Mommy is saying goodbye to her weekends now because of this.
It's a huge commitment. It's expensive.
Here's what you do.
And it's a huge commitment.
I'm sure if you search around, you know how you have found a person to do almost everything for you. Rather than clean up the dog crap in your yard, you have found a person who will do that for you. Rather than deal with the lice problem yourself, you found the lice lady. Yeah. I'll bet you anything there is a person out there who will go to the soccer games for you.
But I like to go to
Then
the
quit bitching about it.
No, I'm just saying it begins, and Carrie's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It is
This isn't just you playing soccer here. You need to know this, kid. This is about me taking you, transporting you, and the other two,
And it starts small when, they're 7, but pretty soon it's out-of-state tournaments.
Yeah.
Multiple times a year.
It's a huge... Which is really kind of ridiculous if you think about it.
Here's
Out
how-
of state tournaments,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
For 7-year-olds. Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's how people catch the bird flu: by close contact with birds or bird droppings. Some people have caught bird flu by cleaning or pluck. Did you pluck any birds?
I
while
didn't
you were on
pluck
vacation?
anything.
There was no plucking going on in the
No.
trailer. I guess it is kind of close quarters. The kids can hear.
There's no plucking in the trailer.
Mom, what are you doing?
I'm plucking a chicken.
Your dad and I are plucking a chicken.
Keep plucking that chicken. Is that what they said?
Yeah,
Keep plucking
we're-
that chicken.
It is also possible that some people were infected after swimming or bathing in water contaminated with the droppings of infected birds, and some. Here it is. You've handled a fighting cock.
That's
That
it.
was it. That's what.
That's it.
You handled a
I
fighting
have
cock.
to admit, I've handled a fighting.
You had handled a fighting cock. There have been a few cases where one infected person, caught the bird flu virus from another person, but it never has happened. It does not happen by eating infected animals.
But I knew it was living amongst. It's not the mosquito bite, but
No.
it's living amongst them.
Yeah. And it happens a lot in Egypt.
Our attorney,
It
Ed,
does.
our attorney Ed Brass says sounds like your DNA dad is Marty Feldman because of your eye drooping and oozing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got another person who is saying, out-of-state tournaments. This is Gina's way of telling you that she'll be taking time off.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Not yet.
This is her way of telling us
This one
now.
is just here.
And then it'll get announced on a Thursday.
Yeah. By the way, I'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
And then she'll say, I told you that this would happen.
because her husband can't possibly take the time off to go to the out-of-state tournament.
No.
But you can. Because this job isn't.
He
as
has a real
important.
job.
Yeah, this isn't.
This isn't a real job.
No, not to you. It isn't. And certainly the way we treat
Why
you.
should it be?
No, we're going to create a rent-a-mom business. I think this is a great idea
Yeah.
here.
Utah's most trusted newsman. Trusted? I don't know. Bill Allred on X96.
9:04 right now. Is this sponsored?
It's sponsored by the Railroad Roll By podcast.
Yes, it is.
All right.
A new issue, a new episode out. We got the guy, one of the associate editors from Trains Magazine, is on the whole podcast with us.
Now, I know there are more than one train magazines. Where does Trains
Magazine is as far as I'm concerned, they're the Bible.
It's the number one.
I mean, it's Trains Magazine. I mean, the name says it all.
Wow.
And it's the associate editor? Is that
Yeah,
what you
Steve
said?
Sweeney is the guy. And all those folks that work at Trains Magazine, they're just rail fans, and he is the guest for the whole entire episode. And it's I think it's our best episode.
There you go.
So check that out, Railroad Roll By Podcast.
Where can we find this?
It's on x96.com, Spreaker, iTunes, Google Play.
What's wrong with you?
I like trains, Bill.
Oh, hi, Todd.
Tuesday Turns with Todd on X96, right from hell.
Here he is, Todd Newcomb, who was pointing out that coming up is the anniversary of him being hired to work at.
Oh, that's right.
What?
It's in August.
What year?
30 years in radio.
30 years
Good
in
for
radio.
you.
So
Yes.
I told Todd that you and Todd and I would go to Golden Corral.
Because that's where I worked before. So that's my employment history is I worked at Golden Corral for 3 years, and then I became a broadcaster.
Yeah. It was a good background for broadcasting.
Mine kind of similar.
Right.
No. But every Tuesday, because it rhymes with Todd, if his name was Warren, would be Wednesdays with Warren.
You know it doesn't rhyme, right? It's an alliteration.
It's
yeah.
alliteration. Yes, I know the difference.
Okay.
Or if
Your
his,
study group would have taught you that.
yeah, if his name was Frank, it would be Frank on Friday.
Sure.
And so
What's a song that begins with F?
Well,
how would
I'm
you...
trying to think of
Friday fiddling with Frankie.
Yeah. Fiddling on Friday, but at any rate, it's
All
Tuesday
right.
Tunes with Todd.
I don't know. Did that really are we broadcasting this?
I don't. Are we on?
Can we cut this part
Yeah,
out?
we're on.
No. So anyway,
It's
he's
not a
brought,
podcast, Todd.
Oh, damn it.
He's brought us the song, and what is it?
So we announced yesterday the X96 Toyota Big Ass Show, and this is going to be a lot of fun. And you have 7 bands, and first of all, 7 bands and the $10 tickets on Friday.
That is a deal.
Where can you even get details on x96.com about how to get your $10 tickets? You have AWOL Nation and Joywave and Lovely the band. And we're excited. And she came and there's video. She did a little performance here, Bishop Briggs, when the other song came out. That was like a year and a half ago. It seems
At
like.
least.
Anyway, her album Church of Scars is out, and it's pretty damn good. And she just rocks. Trust me when I say that Bishop Briggs is gonna maybe steal the show. She's amazing
She
live.
is amazing, and she's got a great voice. And,
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. And so this song that she currently has out called White Flag, I really like, and let's play it.
All right. So, Big Ass Show artist Bishop Briggs, White Flag, Tuesday Tunes with Todd. right, Todd. I think she is going to steal the show.
No, she's amazing. And Bishop Briggs, the artist that was White Flag, her album, Church of Scars, good stuff all the way through.
Well, I mean, but AWOL Nation puts on a good show, too.
Right,
I think
yeah. Like
with
this
those two back-to-back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Joywave. I mean, this is. I'm happy about this lineup. I'm pretty stoked. Even Youngblood, like.
Oh, yeah.
We played his stuff on this a few months ago on Tuesday
My wife,
Tunes, yeah.
my wife's excited about Bare Hands. I'm excited about Albert Hammond Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely, the band. They're excellent as well.
They're so great they don't even need spaces in their name.
Right.
Of their band.
It's all one
Lovely, the
word.
band.
September 1st, Gallivan Center, and the $10 tickets go on sale Friday. We're at 4 locations, and they are all on x96.com.
Starting at 11. All right. Well, that's a nice one, Todd. Thank you very much. Thanks for bringing that in on the feature that we call
Thursday Turns with Todd on X96. Ran from hell.
Can next time, I think maybe if you'd bring them, we could have tunes and tacos with Todd.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Tuesday tunes and tacos,
And tacos.
with Todd.
Oh, let's
terrific.
Tuesday tunes with tacos and trains with Todd.
If you'd like to be a
I love
sponsor
it.
of Tuesday and Tunes and Trains and Tacos with Todd, email Richie at x96.com.
Yeah, maybe you're a taco place.
Or a train place. You
Yeah.
can sponsor this and the podcast.
Yeah,
Is the train shoppy still open?
Yes, they have
It
a nice new location in South Salt Lake. Oh, no, that's my favorite place.
Yeah, they were up there on.
They were by
9th
us on
East.
by Trolley Corners, but they're on
That's
like
right.
20, they're about 29th South and State.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Thanks.
Okay, we will take a break. We got Boner Fight coming up. Stand by for that. You'll determine who is Boner of the Day. Before that, reasonable amount of news. Excel Automotive Repair. They are our mechanics.
I'm going there today, as a matter of fact.
What's the problem?
Just no problem, I don't think. It's just the pilot is overdue for an oil change.
Oh,
and
is
service.
the little light come on? Or?
No. This car is older than that. It just you're supposed to watch the odometer.
Oh.
Which that's why it's
The old
overdue.
days,
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway, I take it into Excel Automotive Repair, and they'll change the oil, and they'll look it over too to make sure everything's okay. Excel Automotive Repair, they are tip-top mechanics. Now, summer is brutal on your car's engine. Keep your car running smoothly and safely with Excel Automotive Repair's X96 Summer Road Trip Special. Cooling system flush, full service oil and filter change, air conditioner performance check, tire and brake inspection, and load test battery and alternator. It's probably what I'm going to have done, as a matter of fact, for $96. Okay? Restrictions apply. ExcelAutomotiveRepair.com. Remember, when they do all of that stuff, they will not upsell you. If that's all that you need, that they will not try to give you something that you don't need. ExcelAutomotiveRepair.com.
Salt Lake Community College presents the 2018 Twilight Concert Series.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we join our elders as they are drawn to a mysterious, uncharted planet.
Are you sure the weird booming voice in your head said that this was the planet?
Yeah, this is the place.
I'm getting no signs of life on this planet anywhere. Just some weird power source in a cavern well beneath the surface.
Well, we better check it out.
Wow, cool cavern. Hey, Lehigh, look! Lava lamps. Keen, huh?
Hey, Butch, you shouldn't mess around with stuff that's not ours.
Put me down.
Who said that?
It came from the lava lamp.
That is not a lava lamp. It is my receptacle. I am Calgon. Welcome to our world.
Sorry. Well, who's in the other receptacle?
That is my son, Polygon. We have resided here for 50,000 years, waiting for someone to come.
Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
And we heard you call, and we're here to offer any assistance we can. How did you guys end up in these receptacle thingies anyway?
We were a proud people, so technically advanced that we would be considered gods by your standards. We could have made an operational hyperbike the size of a walnut.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Wouldn't be very useful, though.
Centuries ago, our world was ravaged by war. We saw our own destruction and designed this cave to ensure the survival of our species. Of all the great minds of our world, only my son and I have survived.
Well, what do you want from us? A chance to hear the first discussion?
After 50,000 years, we wish to borrow your bodies so that we may get out and stretch our legs.
Oh, and what would happen to us?
You would occupy our receptacles during our short stay in your bodies.
Oh, hey, no way. How do we know you guys even have legs?
Come on, Butch, it'll be fun. Besides, we're here to help people.
And what guarantee do we have that you won't leave us stranded in these receptacles for the next 50,000 years?
I promise. Cross my heart.
Well, we'll have to take your word for that. Okay, we'll do it.
Oh, Father, I have forgotten what it was like to breathe the air. We have been in the receptacles for far too long.
Yes, my son, far too long. I can't wait to have a cup of coffee.
Not in my body, you don't.
And I want to get a Slurpee and give myself brain freeze.
Oh, I hate brain freeze. Hey, time's up. Get back in your receptacles.
Have Butch and Lehigh been cheated out of their bodies? Could our elders baptize a receptacle? Are they waterproof, or do they float? Will Lehigh's body get its first taste of coffee? Can Butch survive a bad case of brain freeze? Tune in next time to hear Calgon say...
Well, my son, we gave our word. It is now time to surrender their bodies and return to our receptacle.
No way! I haven't even gotten to play Nintendo yet. You just want to give them back their bodies because I got the good-looking one.
Oh, how true.
On the next hip-dislocating episode of Space Elders!
Hell Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember that information. You're going to need it in about 7 minutes because that's when we're going to do Boner Fight. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. But before that, we got some big boy news and Opinioendo brought to you by...
There's more than one way to Mormon. Meet different kinds of Mormons at Sunstone's Summer Symposium at the Mountain America Expo Center, July 25th through the 28th. Info at sunstone.org.
Well, a Conroe woman. No, I'm not sure.
Where's Conroe?
That's what I'm looking up. I'm trying to see. It's
what county
Texas.
is that in Texas?
Harris County. Is that Texas?
Harris County?
Yeah, Texas.
Texas.
A Conroe woman arrested, accused, biting off a big chunk of an acquaintance's nose and then swallowing it.
To spite his face.
Jessica Collins is charged with assault, bodily injury. The woman who Ms. Collins is accused of attacking.
There she is.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Ms. Collins there.
She's been in a fight, all right.
That's right. She said that I can't leave the bedroom no more. I don't got part of my nose. I swear I feel safe right here in my bedroom. So just call me Tatiana, okay?
What?
Now Tatiana, that's not a real name.
Okay.
So I don't want to be known as old Noseless.
All right.
Tatiana says she went out to the bar on Wednesday with her next door neighbor and Ms. Collins, who was temporarily staying with that neighbor. When they returned home after the bar, Ms. Collins demanded some more alcohol and some ciggy butts. And according to Tatiana, she told Ms. Collins, "You get out of my house. Go on, get off my property." And she said, then that lady jumped on me, pulled me to the ground by my hair, and then bit off a big chunk of my nose, swallowed it. Didn't have no time to react, to push her away or nothing. I think I was trying to fight back, but I couldn't. All I remember is a taste of blood in my mouth, and I passed out, and then I realized when I came to, I didn't have no nose. Just bit it clean off. And she swallowed it. I could have, if she ain't swallowed it, I mean, if she just don't put it and spit out, well, I could have put it back on. She can't, because she swallowed it.
Can't you make her throw it up?
You can't wait for it to come out.
No, it'll
be late.
It'll be digested.
That's right. You don't want to put that on your nose. People call you brown nose.
That's right. So she got to have plastic surgery.
They got a problem in Conroe, Texas.
Conroe, Texas.
Texas.
7 arrested during a prostitution sting, too, Bill.
Texas.
Bit off part of my nose, and she swallowed it. This woman who disappeared while driving down the California coastline recently, found alive a week after she crashed her car off the side of the road. It's her SUV, went 200 feet down the side of a rocky cliff in Big Sur. Nobody could see it from the road. They're searching for her. Oregonian Angela Hernandez was found Friday after incredibly surviving 7 days by using the radiator of her white Jeep to siphon water from a nearby stream. She had been driving from Portland to Southern California to visit her sister, reported missing by her family. Heavy fog in Monterey County hampered the search, but on Friday, a couple of Big Sur campers noticed her partially submerged car at the bottom of a cliff and called 911. So there she was, sitting on the rocky coastline, and she received medical care. Ms. Hernandez had been able to escape the car, but was stuck in an inaccessible part of the coastline.
I can see that.
Yeah, so like it's a little
like
alcove you can't get up out of.
Because that part of the coastline is pretty harrowing.
It's like a mountain that goes down to the ocean.
Yeah.
So she just was sitting there. She could walk and she could talk, but she said
knew she'd be found if she could just stay alive long enough.
She said, "I just wanted to stay alive," and I don't understand how she used the car's radiator to siphon water out of a creek. I'm not sure how that.
Yeah, that one.
Maybe it was like the radiator hose.
And maybe the creek was running down the side into the ocean? Oh, well.
It's Boner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
Well, I guess we'll never find out how Paris Jackson addressed her sexuality head on. We'll go to the boner fight now.
What?
Yep. Addressed it head on.
She just addressed it head on.
Addressed it head on.
That's the story. She just.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the winner from round 1 of the boner voting in the 7 o'clock hour going against the winner from round 2 in the 8 o'clock hour. Here they be. Boner candidate number 1. Sean, you are the only one who thinks it was strong. Fox News' Sean Hannity praising Donald Trump in an interview as very strong at the Vladimir Putin press conference. Mr. President, you're very strong. I've got to tell you, I was very proud of you. You are very strong. He is the only one saying that. And boner candidate number 2, Despicable Him. A mentally and physically challenged man in a minion costume was beaten up by a stranger. Just kicked mercilessly for no reason. He's out in front of a toy store being an advertisement. Guy just kicked him. Despicable Him. That's boner candidate number 2.
All right, you've got to decide of these 2 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, July 17? 1 or 2? Pick your candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Easy. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight July 17. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. And let's see. Well, you got just over 300 seconds to get your vote in, so let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! In this episode, we find an old adversary of Butch and Lehigh planning their demise.
So, bounty hunter, you will bring me Christiansen?
Jabba the Hutt was very fond of his rank. He would pay me more for a complete set of missionaries.
Christiansen made me look weak in front of the Emperor. Only by turning Christiansen to the dark side will I be able to regain my place by the Emperor's side.
One Elder Jensen.
Sell him to that slug, Jabba. I have arranged to have the elders meet you on Bespin. There you can ambush them without anyone noticing.
If these elders bested you and the Emperor, how do you expect me to transport them back to you?
I prefer my elders frozen. There is a carbonite facility on Cloud City. That should make transporting them simple.
Have my credits ready. I'll be right back.
Here we are, Butch. Cloud City. It sure looks like the holograms they showed us in school.
I don't know, Lehigh. I always get nervous when I stand on a city that's floating miles above the surface. Are you sure this is the right place?
Zone Leader Hanson said that we're supposed to meet someone here named Lando Calrissian, right here on Bespin.
Well, church records on this Calrissian fellow show him to be a gambler, smuggler, womanizer, and a penny stock manipulator. Are you sure this is the guy?
Well, maybe he's ready to turn over a new leaf. Oh, I think that's him right there.
Hi, and welcome to Cloud City. I'm Lando Calrissian. I run the mining operation here on Bespin, Can I offer you a beverage? Perhaps some malt?
I love a malt.
Liquor?
Oh, no, we don't drink, Mr. Calrissian. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Now, our zone leader said that you might be interested in learning more about our religion.
Actually, no. We have some common acquaintances. I've made a deal with the Empire. Well, they'll leave me alone if I introduce you to this guy over here. Elders, this is Boba Fett. Boba Fett, Elders Christiansen and Jensen there. Gotta go now. Got a city to run. Bye-bye.
Well, Mr. Fett was up? Well, hi, I'm... Hey, I'm all tied up!
Cool toy. I need to get me one of those. We could convert more people if we could just tie them up first.
Now, Butch, I don't think we would be allowed to hog-tie prospective converts. Excuse me, Mr. Fett, could you untie me now?
One down, one to go.
Don't push my companion in that hole!
Whoa!
What have you done to my companion? Is Butch dead?
No, he wouldn't be worth much to me dead. Jabba wants to see him die in person. Your companion is frozen in carbonite. Now, if you would be so kind as to throw yourself down in there, we can get on with this.
You're going to take us both back to Jabba's palace?
No, you have an appointment with Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Cousin Darth? Oh, my.
Hey, get over here.
Sorry about this, Butch, but I need you to do something for me.
Ah!
Oh, I guess you weighed more than I thought in this thing, Butch. I'm sorry, Mr. Fat. I hope my companion, who's now frozen in carbonite, wasn't too heavy. Oh, geez, what do I gotta do now? I better go for some help.
Never leave your companion, Lehigh.
Mr. Kenobi?
It is the first rule. You must never leave your companion.
Obi-Wan! Come back, I need some help. Oh, well, I guess I can put you on my luggage rack like this, Butch. Come on, let's go. Will Butch be able to serve out the rest of his mission frozen in carbonite? Can Lehigh really find a big microwave to defrost him in? Will Darth Vader ever get his revenge and once again become the Emperor's favorite lapdog? And where does Boba Fett get all those neat gizmos? Tune in next time to hear Butch say... on the next mind-numbing episode of Space Elders!
Of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by some chicken and onions and stuff with turmeric and a nice salad and some grilled pita.
And by the Sunstone Symposium happens the 25th through the 28th at the Mountain America Expo Center. Go to sunstone.org.
So we had boner candidate number 1 from the 7 o'clock hour. Sean, you are the only one who thinks it was strong. Fox's Sean Hannity telling Donald Trump in an interview after his press conference with Vladimir Putin Oh, you were very good. You were very good, Mr. President. You did great. Very strong comments. I think Sean Hannity's the only one who thinks that.
Oh,
Even
no.
Brian Kilmeade on Fox
Yeah.
and Friends this morning said, Mr. President, you made a mistake. You should own up to it. He won't.
No.
And boner candidate number 2, Despicable Him. Some ass in Florida stopping at a toy store where this nice guy who likes to dress up in a minion costume to advertise the toy store. This guy who dresses up like a minion from the movie Despicable Me is blind and has mental challenges. And this guy just kicks the crap out of him for no reason. Despicable Him. Let's see. Cameron won a T-shirt. Is it, Richie?
No, it is a pair of tickets to the Sunstone Symposium. Sunstone.org.
That's why it says T-shirt here. And
Okay.
I thought there was probably an error there.
Don't worry about it.
And let's see. The winner, boner candidate number 2, Despicable Him.
Really? Okay. That's your winner of Boner of the Day for July 17. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. We'll do that on Friday, about this time.
Yeah. So we have with us here in the studio some very nice people. We have with us McCall, who works with the Utah Eye Center. Hi, McCall.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, and it's nice to have you. And what do you do for the Utah Eye Center?
I am their business development manager.
Okay. And also with us, Alicia from the Road Home, who we've had on before. And Alicia, what is your official title with the Road Home?
I'm officially the director
right up
of.
front.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
I'm official. Yep, there we go. Officially the director of marketing and communications for the Road Home.
Now, every year, for the last several years, the Road Home has done this program called the Apple Tree. And first of all, explain the concept, Alicia.
Yeah, the apple tree.
Excuse me, McCall. No, Alicia. You're Alicia, you're McCall. I got it.
We got this.
I'm a little tired today.
It's all good. No judgment. So
Okay.
the Apple Tree program is a program to help the children that we're serving in shelter to get ready to go back to school. So it provides new backpacks and clothing items and shoes for all the kids going back to school, and we can only do that through the community. So we're excited to be partnering with the Utah Eye Centers, select Payless and Old Navy stores, as well as Intrepid, to basically set up these great trees. So you can go into any of the Utah Eye Center locations. There's a tree set up with these little apples on it. You can pick an apple, and on that apple, there will be information for an item and size information for a child. So as you're going out and doing back-to-school shopping or just going out and shopping in general, you can pick up an extra item for one of the children that are staying with us.
So, McCall, Utah Eye Center, have you been involved in it before?
Yes, we were involved last year for the
Uh-huh.
first year, and we were super excited about it, so we partnered up again this year.
Yeah, and now, how many Utah Eye Center locations are there?
We have 4 now. We just added a new location in Orem. So
Mhm.
there's Ogden, Bountiful, Salt Lake, and Orem.
And you can go to any one of those, but then there are other participating partners that are involved as well, right?
Yes, yep. We have select Payless as well as Old Navy stores. And so if you want to visit theroadhomeappletree.com, it will actually list all of the participating locations.
I've got that right here, theroadhomeappletree.com. And then, it's sometimes, there are those of us who don't get out shopping. We sort of do everything from home and because we're lazy or whatever it is. So, but you still want to contribute. How can you do that?
Yeah, so if you go to theroadhomeappletree.com, you can actually donate right there online, and then we have amazing volunteers that will go out and pick up any items that haven't been purchased yet to make sure that every child receives what they need.
That's cool. That's really a good thing.
I think one of the things that I was going to say about this is it's been a while since any of us have gone back to school, but if you can remember back the pressure of going to school, and these kids are already, they may feel like they're out of sorts because it's like, hey, I don't have a home that I'm going to. So to give them one less thing to worry about as they go back to school, a new pair of shoes, because all the kids at school will have a new pair of shoes. That first day back, everyone's wearing their new stuff, and it really just helps relieve the pressure for these kids to be able to feel like they can fit in a little bit more. And if they can stop worrying about that, they can focus on the actual thing that is important, which is
Lunch.
Learning.
Oh, learning. Learning, that's what.
It was an L word.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You were so
were
close,
good.
Bill.
Yeah.
I
See,
tried
I
to
always
lead you there.
I was the oldest child, so I always had the new stuff. It was my brother.
They got the hand-me-downs?
They wore my hand-me-downs the next year. So
The other great thing, this is a great activity. I'm speaking to my base right now for like a family home evening. You go, you pick up some stuff from the tree. You go have the kids help pick it out, and then you put it together for these kids to go back to school. It's a really great thing to share about helping other people.
It's the Utah Eye Center is helping out with this. Remember, there are locations in Bountiful, Ogden, Orem, and Salt Lake. Just look up utaheyecenter.com.
Yep.
So you don't have to be getting a LASIK procedure to drop in there. And
You definitely don't. No one will bother you. If you have questions about the apple tree, we would be happy to answer any of them.
All right. And so thank you very much, McCall from the Utah Eye Center, and Alicia, the road home. Go to utaheyecenter.com or Apple, what is it?
TheRoadHomeAppleTree.com.
Okay. Thanks,
All
you
right.
guys.
Thank you very much. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. Got to tell you about brooklinen.com. These sheets are amazing, and it's very important to get a good night's sleep. And believe it or not, the right sheets can really, really help. Trust me. I know from needing a good night's sleep. And the Brooklinen sheets are just terrific. I love them. And, of course, brooklinen.com, founded by Vicki and Rich in 2014, their philosophy, the most beautiful, comfortable home essentials at no crazy prices. And ever since they've become the fastest growing bedding brand in the world, over 20,000 five-star reviews. Luxury bedding, under price. You've got to try these sheets. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've slept on. Brooklinen.com has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You can get $20 off and free shipping when you use promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com. They are so confident. They offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee, lifetime warranty on all their sheets and comforters. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use promo code Jackson, my last name, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com, and the promo code Jackson. These are the best sheets ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce the 20...
All right, 9:51.
You know what the problem is, though?
What?
You know, it's fine for Arnold to say, when are you going to do something? I would just say to the Republican Party, when are you going to do something?
Well, you know,
you can complain about it.
Arnold's a Republican. Maybe he's calling
We'll
out
see.
his peeps.
Just quickly before we do our promo, and
Yes.
then apparently we've got to interview somebody else here in the studio. Somebody else has come in.
Point of order. John Smith, X96 Middays.
You're who?
Yeah, John Smith. Jon Smith.
Why is there no H?
Couldn't afford one. He's from a
No.
poor
H is for
family.
you.
Yeah.
Poor family.
Taylorsville family, right?
So
Trailersville, yeah.
Trailersville.
So just before we address that, last week I had a story about you could get, if you are a bicycle rider, they are giving out some devices where electronic devices, and there are intersections with traffic signals that you can just press a little button and change the light to green, and so you can go through the intersection if you're a bicyclist.
Yeah.
And the reason being, bicycles are not heavy enough to. These are those traffic intersections
Yeah,
where
the sensors.
there are sensors in the road, and the weight of the car will sense it.
Sure. So you end up being on a bike and waiting at a light for
Or you'd have-
1 minute or 2 minutes.
No. It just stays red unless you go over and press the button, the crosswalk button. So I thought, well, that'd be great. I'd like to get one of those for myself because I ride a bike, but I couldn't afford one. One of the expensive ones. But I did get one. This one I have. It's on my belt when I ride my bike, and if I press the button, it allows me to go through stop signs. If I can just press it, and if the intersection is clear, then I'll press it, and I can ride through the stop sign.
I was going to say this sounds like something that
cheap.
every bike rider I've
cheap.
ever seen ever already has. Like,
Yeah,
Where they just run through
We pretty much always all do it anyway. But.
And depending on how early you drive in the morning.
But that was pretty good, wasn't it? Stop sign.
Yes.
But was a joke.
I enjoyed
you
it.
see? I saw Kerry kind of chuckle.
I enjoyed it.
And John Smith acted like it was true. Really?
Here's what you need. If you're a bike rider, I've got the perfect thing for you.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's in every church parking lot, and it's called a dumpster.
You
Throw
don't
the
like
bike in the
riding.
dumpster and drive a car like a normal person.
Wow.
See, and my feeling.
I've heard you say dumb things.
I've had a
before.
bad experience with bikes. Long story.
I just think that bikes. Here's my feeling, and maybe John will back me up, and this is where he's coming from. Bikes need to be vehicles, and you're not sometimes a vehicle, and sometimes you're a walking pedestrian. You have to stop at the stop signs. You have to not ride on the sidewalk.
Bikes terrify me.
Yeah, because you always will hit them because it's like, I'm fine, I'm doing my thing, I'm driving this way. Oh, that guy wanted to get through.
Sir,
that guy's coming between the two cars.
Sir, allow me. I believe you've
Motorcycles are
made
not
your
allowed.
point. I believe you've made your point.
Objection.
Now let me speak. I do exactly what you're talking. Sometimes I act like a vehicle, and sometimes I don't.
No, you're a jerk then.
I have never.
Sir!
Point of order. I have never been hit by a car, nor have I ever caused a car to have any problem, because I watch out for what's going on. Sometimes it is safer for me to act like I'm not a car, and sometimes it's safer for the car for me to act like I'm not a car.
I'm not trying to ban bikes. I just want reasonable bike control.
Well, you can make all the demands you like. No one listens to you.
Guy in the chat room. Pro-gun, anti-bike, man-child. Any other GOP boxes we can check?
There's a man is used very loosely.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a promo and get out of here, shall we?
Yeah. Solid Blues Brothers reference, by the way.
Thank you.
On Wednesday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45 and 8:45, it's Things That Must Go. Please send yours to radiofromhell@x96.com and put Must Go in the subject line.
At 7:45, we've got hello, yeah, what? You have a band with a crappy name? Call and tell us about it, and we'll set you straight.
At 9 a.m., Corey shares his community and concert calendar with a feature we call Corey's Community and Concert Calendar.
That's all on Wednesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
I'm way too tired.
Yeah, why so tired?
I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning or 1:30 because I was too warm. Couldn't go back to sleep. Finally got up at 2. And so,
would you like a hug?
No.
Oh.
Nick, you're going to have to edit that promo a little. Just tighten it up.
He's saying take out that little mistake I made. I don't know if you can.
No, you don't need to take it out. Just tighten it up.
Would it just?
Just sort of swept through.
Yeah.
We can
Take the
delete it.
space out.
It can be fixed. Let's see. Anything else?
I'm sorry you didn't sleep well.
Yeah, I didn't. Air conditioning wasn't working right, and I woke up and then I Then your mind starts to go, and I'll just get up. So I got up an hour or so earlier than I'm used to.
To answer your question, Big Ass Show tickets go on sale on Friday, starting at 11 a.m. That's a something else.
That's a something else.
First location is where?
It is Brett Brown Toyota.
All right.
There's
That's
4
in
locations.
Yeah.
So the first 500 tickets are just $10. Cash only.
Yes. And,
John?
all that is at x96.com.
Correct.
And John's got 21 Pilots tickets at what time?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
All right. Anything else? Wingding?
Yeah, Wingding. Oh, and I'm going to do a
Nothing
thing.
else.
I'm going to do a thing today. I'm going to take the 96 texter. I will take the 96 song. So at some point today, I'll say, okay, text me a song.
Okay.
The 96 request, I will play.
Whatever
no matter
it is.
what song it is. We did this before. We ended up with.
I was going to say, guy in the chat room has been hankering for some Joy Division today. So
that would be great.
He needs
whatever it is, we've done this before. We've ended up with Real Big Fish.
Okay.
We ended up with Alice in Chains once.
All right.
And I forget what the other one was.
So edgy stuff.
I'll let you.
Yeah, it's state of the art.
I'll let you worry about
The
that.
very latest and greatest.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
A woman almost died on my plane ride to New Orleans, and I didn't even get to tell you about it.
John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.
A 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.